And we're live.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Endless Night, our Rime of the Frostmaiden game here on Midgardia. I am your dungeon master for the evening, Sam Dillon, and I am here with my awesome players. But before they get to introduce themselves, I am going to say thank you to Roll20 for sponsoring us. You should go there and check it out. That's what we use during this stream, and they have a lot of bells and whistles that are really awesome, so please go see them. And now my players can introduce themselves, starting with Karu.
Hello, my name is Karu. I play Ademia Argent, otherwise known as Eddie Featherbright, the Azamar Celestial Warlock.
What's our intro order?
You're going in the order that you are in Roll20, so
So
Zio
you're
is
next.
next.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Zio. I'm playing Sigrid Aulis. She is a Rune Knight fighter and a Earth Genasi.
Hi, I'm Sho. I'm playing Bitterfrost, the Boreal Bloodline Sorcerer, and I'm a Levistus Tiefling. With hooves.
Hi, I'm Matt. I'm playing Oryx Pashlu, the Earth Genasi Path of the Beast Barbarian.
Hey, I'm Pi, and I'm playing Ember, aka Fireproof Zoltarth, and I am a Tabaxi Blade Singer with paws.
Sho, I
And
thought that
thumbs.
Sho, I thought that you said with hoops. When you said with hoops, I thought you said with hoops. I'm like, what? Giant hoop earrings? What happened?
No. They're
No,
studs.
it's hoops on his horns. He's the next decoration for his horns is gonna be hoops.
Yeah.
They're capped. That's about as decorative as they're gonna get.
Fine, tail hoops.
I have
Speaking
tail
of-
rings already, thank you.
So
Speaking
you've
of
already got
cats,
hoops.
who wants to do the recap?
Before we recap, I would like to give a shout out to the music provider for our intro and BRB screen. Sean McRoberts is our current audio producer. You can catch him at patreon.com/macromusic or Twitter at Sean Macro. I will post those in the links in the chat.
Excellent.
And yeah, thanks for the music. Also, brief audio cue of this chapter will have a trigger warning for implied rape. We try to be as respectful as possible, but it's gonna come up, so be warned for those of you who are listening instead of watching, or either way. All right. Yeah, last session. Speaking of.
A short recap is we solved a lot of puzzle. Well, solved one big puzzle at this moon Stonehenge type place, basically, and we woke up a mummy apparently from a civilization from a very, 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 very long time ago, like thousands of years long time ago. And we figured out how to get this mirror working after some effort and puzzle solving. And then when we did, we saw it showed us a man named Davrick, who is the last surviving asshole lumberjack, for lack of a better term. We went back home. We saw Arl flying across the sky on a big rock. We saw some weird person walking around in the woods with light shining out of his face from a distance. And we almost got lost, horribly lost in the process doing that, but we managed to make it back to Lonely Wood. And I think the plan is basically we were going to help organize some kind of public festival to get this person to basically expose this person or trick him into confessing in public in the middle of everybody. And then we also had a bit of a chat about morality and moose hunting.
Yeah.
Okay. And you came up with a plan after speaking with Speaker Huddle. You came up with a plan in order to try to trap your target.
We'll see
Yeah.
how quickly that falls apart.
I'm
I'm
sure.
hoping it doesn't.
I'm sure it'll go fine. There's no pressure on me in particular.
I have a pointy stick if this all goes thumbs up.
I can,
Wait.
punch things. I can punch things if things go bad.
Yeah,
But that's about as far as I can help.
Punch things with pointy sticks.
Mhm. Well, the plan is during the festival, so that everyone's out and about. We're gonna dress Addie up as in the clothing that we knew the girl that
Victim.
had been killed was wearing. She's going to try very hard not to chatter her teeth too much while wearing just robes in this fucking weather.
You'll be
And
fine.
she will use her Azamar form to pretend she is the dead person, here for revenge against the last remaining dipshit that did this to her. Because
And
we don't
hopefully turn
have...
the village against him because he confesses.
And because he's
If-
really rich, so we do need the people's approval for
we need the people's
punching him in the
approval.
face.
Also, we don't really actually have any tangible evidence that he's the perpetrator, besides the fact that the magic mirror
There's a
told
whole
us.
ass talking moose.
Yeah, the moose told us, guys.
Yeah, the moose told us. No one's gonna fucking believe us. So we're staging this to make sure that the people are like, oh gosh, there's a ghost. And it's angry, so we'd better, appease the ghost. Or, I was thinking...
Or no, Addie gets turned into a popsicle because certain gods of winter aren't happy that she's going to pretend to be an angel.
Listen,
Now.
if anyone's going to get smited, it's going to be Ember first, because Ember is literally called out Oral saying, fuck you, Oral.
It's true.
Yeah, and it hasn't happened yet, so clearly it will be fine.
If someone is going to...
Clearly.
Or one of Oral's
God,
domains
down
is
to the
endurance.
Yeah.
So you think that
Oh, so she's
particular
going to wait
deity
until
can't
there's one of
wait?
each of us.
Ahem. Revenge is a dish best served cold. Well, it's definitely cold.
Oh, is that why she's only wearing one robe?
No, that's the cruelty. Cruelty is also a tenet of Oral.
Yep. She has a few tenants.
Okay, so
And we
what
can make
we
a few
need to
tents.
get is the robes, maybe some animal furs to put on Addie so she doesn't freeze to death, like, within the minute that she's out there.
If we could find, I'd say, like, actual elk bits or moose bits.
Honestly, white fur would be enough just to drive home the whole I was the moose all along. But I don't know if we can find white fur here. That's pretty expensive because that would mean like bleaching it.
The only white fur I have is my fucking polar bear cloak, and fuck you.
That would
letting
work.
Somebody else use
Don't
that.
you
No,
all have the fur from the winter wolf in the very beginning?
that's-
Don't we all
Oh,
have
yes.
6 fucking dogs that shed a fuckload?
Oh, well, actually,
They don't
They're not
shed as
white.
much in this winter.
No, and they're not really.
Wouldn't a winter wolf
necessarily white.
be like a shaggier than elk?
But is it white fur?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There.
I mean, it is going to be dark, and there's going to be...
I mean, are the people at the festival going to say, that's not what moose skin looks like?
They're gonna go, oh, fuck an angel!
I mean,
Oh,
at the
fucking
end of the
ghost
day, this
angel!
girl was supposed to be a druid, so believing that that her spirit can transform into a moose, absolutely plausible. Like, I don't think people are going to have that many issues believing that the spirit took on the form of a moose when she was a druid.
But the winter wolf fur would work perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, we can use that. And just...
So, have
That-
fun plucking off all the meat bits.
We already did
We
that.
already
It
had
would be
that.
rotting if not. But yeah, we need the robes, which shouldn't be too hard to scrounge up. I was thinking of a veil, so then I can cast light on the headband, and that the veil will protect my face from getting illuminated too much. So they can't see my face, so that won't be an issue. And that's it, I guess. And then I believe
We're
Speaker Huddle was the one that was going to convince the local oral people to do their festival thing.
Mm-hmm. because that person had been already wanting to do an oral celebration
Yep.
for ages and kept getting shot down.
Mhm.
So it's going to be, oh, I finally wore him down. I can do this thing I wanted to do. Yay!
So I guess we have to wait to see how Huddle does with that, and when when is the festival going to happen? But I think we're going to have probably like time, like at least a couple of days before it happens, because you can't just go, yeah, let's do a festival tonight, because festivals take preparing. And
I don't
get
know.
off.
I've seen
Eh.
videos about like California parties.
And let's be real here, she's been wanting to do this for a while.
She probably
And
has
it's
a lot
not
of
like
things
this
already
village
prepped.
got anything better to do.
Especially with the
probably has a lot
loggers not
prepped.
going to work.
I'm just saying.
All right, well, we'll see what she says.
Maybe we
Also-
should like sharpen the axe beak's face in preparation for this in case we need it.
Ooh. I do have a question for Sam, just because I know we're keeping track of this. What's the date today?
It should be
It is. Go ahead, Pi.
Hammer 21.
Let's see. So you ended session 6 just after midnight on the 20th, and last session was session 7, right?
Session 7
8?
is this one, I think.
This is
No,
session 7. Okay.
session 7 was last session, and we
Okay.
we started midnight Hammer 20.
Uh-huh.
So
And so that means you came into town late on Hammer 20. So if you sleep and then you wake up, it will be Hammer 21.
Okay.
How is this session 8? Oh, right, session 0. Wait,
Yeah.
session 0 is 0, not 1.
But your notes start on session 0, so that's one.
No,
of
they
each
don't.
note.
no, they don't. No. Session
No.
0. Session 1. I numbered my note things.
Yeah, I did too. That's why I'm
2,
confused.
3, 4. I've also published 7 episodes. Session canceled. Session 6. Session 7, session 8. Today is session 8. Yes.
Nami the fuck. Alright.
So we're starting today at like beginning of Hammer 21 then?
Yep.
So let's get the things we need for Addie. And
Well, hold on. Did you have some reason that you needed to know what date it was or something? Was there
no,
a thought there?
I was
Okay.
just trying to remember.
So it's going to be a quarter moon tonight. It's waxing, so that means that the next day you'll pop over to a half moon, just so that you know, because it matters too when light is brighter in the sky. And in terms of weather, let's look at the weather just to make sure. Right now, it is snowing very lightly, but it's really cold.
Good thing we have that for Addie.
She'll be fine.
Didn't need it.
Yeah. I had considered not wearing shoes, but honestly, we just need robes that cover the shoes. I don't want to lose my toes to frostbite.
I mean, technically speaking, the druid probably would have had shoes, and she would
Just
have
not boots like
died.
Addie's.
Yeah.
Addie is like noble, soft, supple winter
Useless
boots. No, they're winter boots. She's not stupid. Come on, she's an intelligence of 14. Yeah,
And a wisdom of
13.
I'm dumber but wiser. Got it.
Sorry?
I'm dumber but wiser. Bitter has an intelligence of 12 but a wisdom of 14.
I somehow rolled really well for Addie's stats. I was going to say something, but I don't know what I was going to say. So anyways, yeah. So we finished talking to them when we got home. After that, we probably just crashed because
Sleep
Pretty
time.
late.
we did a
yes.
lot. We did a lot in the forest. I don't
Yep.
think we, like...
And none of it involves sleep or
And
rest.
We actually slept when we first got back, talked to them in the morning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we did. We did.
Okay. So we have taken a long
Yeah,
rest.
remember,
When we got here.
William Huddle made you all breakfast, remember?
Yep.
Right.
It was
And
really
then
good.
he sent all the
Breakfast.
kids out with a rumor, right?
Oh,
Didn't
yes.
he tell the kids to go talk about
The
something?
creepy ghost.
The
Yeah.
light-faced stranger
Right,
or
yeah.
whatever.
Mhm.
Because we were like trying to connect that with like the sacrifice and make it seem like that had been accepted or something like that, or that
Or,
Aura was
the
happy with it.
ghost that's going to show up today with a glowy face or when the festival happens.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, so then I guess what we need to do is surreptitiously figure out how to get the robes and veil. So people don't link that to us.
Didn't Speaker Huddle say that their sister?
Was a
could
seamstress?
sew
That was
something?
makeup, less so
makeup.
costumes
Yeah, we're not gonna need makeup if I'm wearing a veil, honestly.
with light.
With light. Yeah.
Wait, why are you going to cast it on that? Just cast it on your own damn face.
Because then my face is gonna be visible.
Yeah, she
'Cause I
wants the
can't
veil
cast-
to block her face and then cast light on it to
Yeah,
hide her.
because I'm imagining headband. I cast it on the headband, but if I have a veil, the light of the headband is gonna bounce off the veil itself, so you won't be able to see the face at all. Like, sure, you have
hope.
the whole effect of you're looking straight into the light, so seeing someone's face is kind of hard, even if it is illuminated brightly. But I don't want to take any chances, so I think a veil is a better option.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we can always test that once you have a veil.
Yeah, easy enough. It's a cantrip. I just cast light on it, put it on my face, and it's like, can you see anything? Does it look creepy?
Yes! The light's not on yet. Oh.
Brat.
I don't see any difference.
Ouch.
Anyways, I guess that's what we spend the day doing. I don't know how we need. We do have money for that. I don't think it's going to be too expensive to buy a robe. Just send Sig as the Sig needs a robe, right? Sig, you really need a robe.
Do you want me
A
to
nice
say to someone, I need
white
a
with blue robe, like white with blue decorations, maybe with like icicles or something?
why?
Then it's gonna be long enough to hide my feet. Then we just have to adjust everything else so that it doesn't look too baggy on me.
Sig, she just called you fat.
No,
No, she just called herself short as fuck.
Yes. She's perfectly fine for her height.
I have muscle. What about
Exactly, that too. Some.
Hmm.
you? Mm-hmm.
You think drawing a bow requires no strength? Especially a long bow?
I mean, that's a magical
Anyways,
isn't it?
you do realize if someone asks me what the robe is for,
For the festival,
matter what I-
obviously.
but they don't know about the festival yet.
That's true.
Just say you wanted to wear it. That's why people get robes, to wear them.
You could just say the asshole cat ripped yours.
Okay, fine. Let's go with that. Listen, that's more believable than me saying, "Oh, I want to wear robes."
Mhm. All right,
But fine.
we go shopping. Yes.
You're muted, Sam.
I don't think you'll have a problem finding robes to purchase. I don't see why you would. It's not like robes are rare in this area, so Yeah, so you can
Okay.
do that, no problem. Is there anything else that
What
you want
about
to do?
yeah? What about the veil? Would that also be easy to get? I mean, honestly, it's just see-through material and a headband.
I mean, if you're just going to buy see-through material and make one a little bit, then yeah, you could probably do that with no problem. I'm
Yeah,
not
we'll
sure
do
an
that.
actual veil is purchasable, but
Mhm.
the materials to make one are probably
Okay.
imminently available.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like they do much of the mourning thing here to actually have veils. They just shove the body in the lake and call it a day.
I mean, they have a ceremony. Don't get
Yeah, no, I know.
don't get all,
Well, I meant like some places they'll have like a period of mourning, and then like the woman will wear a veil during that time.
right.
least.
Yeah, then it won't be white. It'll probably be black.
Doesn't
But what do they
really
do for
matter. But
Anyways,
yeah, we'll get some see-through whitish material and the robe, and then
Nobody gets married here.
knowing it's very.
They just freeze their asses off.
I mean, yeah, in this temperature, who wants to wear a frilly, revealing wedding dress?
who would
Stares
want to
at
wear that
Abby.
anyway in any temperature?
Stares at Addie.
Frilly dresses are a pain in the ass, I can tell you that.
I think a white dress with you would be overkill. Like your hair is already really, really, really bright white.
So what you're telling us is Bitter would look fantastic in a frilly dress. What with the curls, the white hair, we could
He would.
bedazzle the tail and the horns.
I mean, it's true. Braid his hair up a
I
bit.
will sooner go fucking naked.
Technically speaking, you could do that here and it wouldn't bother you, would it?
See?
No.
See? Frilly, flimsy dress for the one that doesn't mind the cold.
Oh, just let it go.
Just don't start singing on us, okay, Bitter?
Well, I'm a wizard, not a bard. I would never.
I said Bitter.
Right.
Look, if I wound up being able to make a a castle, maybe I might.
I can't wait until I can make a
We'll
castle.
get in trouble.
I feel
Yeah, I
like
think
there's
it's
some
about as close as we can get
foreshadowing
that without
going on here. Anyways.
That's why we call it an ice hotel.
Yeah.
Huh.
Very fancy.
Too
So
bad.
we got the shit you needed.
Too bad the two people who have cold resistance aren't the ones that can sprout wings.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
No,
sorry,
what
I
you
also
just need
don't
to
have
do
disguise self.
is
And I can't
plaster
lie,
yourself
because-
onto Sig's back so that you're hidden, and then you sprout the wings.
Yeah, it's not
Just
happening.
wrap my arms around her and my legs around her waist.
Yeah.
We had enlarged reduce so that we could make Addie look more
Oh my
imposing,
God.
or at least normal size.
He's not wrong.
I'm also not
You're
that much
very
taller than
tiny.
you.
You're very tiny,
Yeah,
Addie.
I am the tiniest of the party, aren't I?
But
Oh,
by like
yes.
3 inches.
I'm like 5'3".
Oh, 2 then.
Oh, so
I'm
small.
so small. I will be the smallest angel. Yeah, I think that's all we need to do. Other than that, maybe those stealthier in the party wanna look after Damn It and see if we can gather some incriminating
I fucking
information.
hate you. I hate you all.
Sorry, Davrick.
You are not sorry.
Maverick faint in the ass.
Also, as we're walking around, do we hear people talking at all about, oh, something's been seen, or oh, there's a festival happening? Like, have we heard anyone starting to talk about things yet?
So, as the day wears on, you do start hearing people. I mean, it's pretty cold and it's snowing, and so there's not a ton of activity out. The town is small enough anyway that they're not, there's not a ton of activity. But as you end up, spending more time outside, you notice that yes, people are talking about things. and they are sort of they're really mentioning the thing with the light face, right? Because that's really creepy. And the last time that they saw one of those was the last time there was a sacrifice. So now they are speculating that that it's the sacrifice come back to life. So that's what you're hearing.
Okay. And we do have to keep tabs on Davrik just so he doesn't leave town. Make sure he's not planning to skip anytime soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, are you asking about him specifically, or are you just trying to look for him?
More trying to look for him, kind of surreptitiously figure out what he's doing in town.
So, uh, so once Speaker Huddle, gets the okay to host the festival, you notice that Davrik Fane is sort of running around and getting lots of supplies, and he is very active in starting to set up like market booths and like fair booths, little tents with a table and like a 4-post tent all around sort of the area. Let me actually move you to the map of town here. So if you were to look at this map, he is setting up a a set of tents all sort of around in this area here, right by the beach down here.
Okay.
So
it
he
looks
has
like
he has a
he's
couple of people helping him, but mostly it's him setting up a whole bunch of stuff. You see him going in and out of several different shops, several different buildings
okay.
throughout
So
the
it
day.
looks like he's like sponsoring heavily the thing, which means he's probably gonna want to be there and see how it
I
goes.
mean, sponsoring is one way to look at it.
I mean, if he's putting up all the stalls and everything, he probably is spending money. So
Yeah, I mean, the other way to look at it is supportive of oral worship.
sure, he's totally not going to make any money out of this. He's
Son
a
of a rich
merchant.
merchant family. He knows how to ride the backs of anything he can to make money.
Yeah. Well, that's the important thing. As long as he's invested in it, then he'll stay
Then
to
he's
see
not
it
going to run
out.
away.
Yeah.
He has no reason to run away.
No.
Yeah, he doesn't
suspect anything.
he doesn't have a reason to run away.
We're literally holding this festival because he has a reason to run away.
But he doesn't know that.
He doesn't know that.
All he knows is that the speaker finally gave in to the leader of the Church of Oral here in town, and that they're allowed to plan and carry out a festival. So yeah, he's not suspicious at all. At least he's not acting like he's suspicious.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Do we know what this festival is going to involve?
So it looks like he is setting up like ice sculptures on some tables and some trinkets that are made of ice, things like that. So it's really probably just going to be some sort of gathering ceremony. That's what it seems like. It's he's setting up these kind of market stall areas, but they're not having goods put on them, right? So it's not going to be like a market fair where, come down and get some stuff for a good price. It's more like hey, every booth is going to have some sort of information that you're going to be telling people as they walk through this area, and it's going to culminate in some sort of ceremony to praise Oral.
Okay.
Basically, cult recruitment.
Right, exactly. Yes, your standard issue college. Hey, we've got this table. Take
Yep.
one of our brochures.
Yep. That's exactly what I
Yes.
was thinking. College club
Uh-huh.
day. Those are
I
the
mean,
days.
if we wanted to get
Aw.
in the good graces of these people to begin with, how do you feel, Bitter, about getting them to commission you to make a statue?
I wouldn't mind it. I honestly would probably offer.
I mean, it'll make us look like nice travelers who totally aren't.
I mean, we're really only just trying to repay Speaker Huddle for finding us a place to stay for the night. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is true. If we're
Yeah.
staying here, we might as well help for this festival
And
that's
it's a lovely.
happening.
It's a
Mhm.
we don't know
lovely
what's
place.
going on, but it's clearly important.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I honestly would probably also ask a little bit more about the Church of Oral as I'm working.
Sure.
So who are you going to ask?
Well, aside from Davrick, is there anybody else who looks like they're
So
setting this up?
there are a couple of sort of townsfolk that look like they're helping him, but they look more like they're doing grunt work. There is another person there who is dressed in, let me describe them. They are dressed in flowing blue robes, and they have a sort of almost like a tiara type crown. Actually, were you in the Church of Oral in Bryn Shander? Because you went into it, right?
I stood at the doorway of it, yes, but
But you
that's as far as I went.
looked
I
in and
looked
saw who
into
they
it,
were
and
talking to.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So the person that they were talking to was dressed exactly the same as this person. It's not the same person, but they're dressed exactly the same. So
Oh,
blue
so I
flowing
can.
robes. They've got sort of the six-pointed star, the six-pointed snowflake symbol on them,
Mhm.
kind of glittery, that
Okay.
sort of thing.
Yep. I will approach. Are they? Is anybody actively making those statues, or are they just putting them out?
They are setting out blocks of ice right now. So there's no
Okay.
one's making anything just yet. And
Alright.
this person in the flowing robes, though, it's a halfling.
Oh, okay.
A lot of halflings
Well,
in this town.
I mean, yeah. Well, I will approach and offer to assist in making statues if they have need of it, and I will kind of just use shape water to kind of show what I can do with it.
Okay.
I will also not have my entire winter getup entirely on, so they see that I'm not really that affected by the cold.
Okay.
Just
Um,
because.
she, she turns to you and says, with a very high pitched voice, which I cannot do. She says, the frigid veil persists. And she nods at you.
I'll nod back. I noticed everything getting set up, and I was wondering if there was anything I could do to help.
Are you from Lonelywood? I haven't seen you around.
I'm not, in fact. I'm a member of one of the tribes.
Ah, I should have recognized. I see. Which tribe?
I'm from the bear tribe.
Oh, she smiles really big. She says, "Why, of course you can help. Yes, of course. What kind of assistance are you offering?"
Well, I mean, it looks like you've got a lot of the grunt work covered, but I can, and I'm gonna just kind of raise a hand and start shaping water into a statue. I can help with any decoration you might need.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. Well, I am Callie Teafellow. Very nice to make your acquaintance. I haven't
I'm
seen you around, but
Bitterfrost.
I hope that I will see you in church in the temple very soon. After the festival, we're going to have a service.
I'd like to know more about it. I've
Well,
never actually been to a church before.
well, it's more of in Lonelywood, it's more of uh, um, it's more of an outside temple. It's on the other side of town, on the far side, just inside the forest line. You know, they're they're not exactly enamored of oral these days here in Lonelywood. I'm trying to change that, but um, perhaps this festival will get everyone excited about the worship of our goddess.
I'm just gonna nod and start seeing what other stuff I can do to help as well. And I'll ask little questions about the tenets of oral and just generally seem interested.
Yeah. So she tells you all about endurance as one of the main tenets that, that what's going on right now is a test of the endurance of the people of Tin Towns. And so far, they are doing well, but not as good as they could be. Um, but endurance is a very big one. Also, isolation. Lonelywood is actually excelling at isolation because Lonelywood is so far out, and it's one of the it's the northernmost spot here, and it's so isolated from everywhere else. It's sort of steeped in this forest, and and that makes the people of Lonelywood very, very good and very predisposed to being able to tolerate the isolation. And preservation, of course, is also a big one, and preserving the traditions of Lonelywood as well as preserving the beauty of the winter is, of course, foremost in the winter goddess's mind. And as long as the people of Lonelywood and the people of the greater Tin Towns area, as long as they stay devoted and as long as they try to maintain uh, their their isolation and try to make sure that they can endure, then they will endure. And as long as they are trying their hardest to endure, Oral will come down and bless them, as she does on a nightly basis when she flies across the sky. That is her saying and showing her willingness to bless all of Tin Towns. It's just that, not everyone is on board yet, so, she's being patient, but patience is not one of her virtues, so she will stop being patient at some point. And I, as the main priestess of Oral in this area, I am just trying to help the people of Tin Towns, and especially of Lonelywood, to make sure that when Oral does show herself and when she comes down to be amongst her people, that they do not perish because they have not been devout enough. God, I just want to wash my mouth out with soap.
Right? You have no idea how much I'm like.
Just smile and nod.
Yeah. Oh no. Throughout this entire thing, Bitter is attentively listening, but he's also like shaping the different statues in different ways. He's also going to probably ask questions about what she looks like, what kind of appearances she takes, so that he could make some of those ice sculptures more accurate.
Oh, so as you start to make ice sculptures, she has some requests.
Okay.
There are going to be 6 ice sculptures, right? Everything is in
Mhm.
6s because it's their 6-pointed star, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so what she wants is one of them, she wants to be a rock, right? A big bird, right? Like the one the Oral
Oh
flies
yeah,
on.
the rock bird. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, not a rock like
No,
a
as soon
rock,
as you said that, I was like,
ROCK. Yes,
yeah, ROC.
The other one, she wants to be a winter wolf.
Okay.
Okay. The third one, she wants to be a yeti.
All right.
Okay. The fourth one, she wants to be a crag cat. Okay. Crag cat is a large white winter cat, kind of like a enormous leopard. And you know that the crag cats, they They're pretty horrible. They lure people in by sounding like a
By
crying
sounding like-
baby.
Yep. Mhm.
Yeah, in a snowbank. So she wants you to sort of put one that's almost ready to pounce, right?
Okay.
And then for numbers 5 and 6, for number 5, she wants the symbol of Oral, so the 6-pointed snowflake. And number 6, she wants a Rimeraz.
And what is a Rimeraz? Add a character.
You fought one in
Oh, yeah.
Rimeraz is the giant sort of multiple-legged centipede-like ice creature that.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
Yeah,
I made it
so
a
let me.
snake for them.
Snake.
Yeah, because legs,
Some people here don't like legs, so
Oh, sorry.
particularly on centipedes.
Yeah.
Let me show you. Let me show you a picture then.
I know what they look like. I don't need another one.
Okay. Okay, if you don't want a picture, that's fine.
No, I don't.
I would show you one.
Do
but-
not get swallowed by one, you die.
do not. Yeah,
Yes.
that one's weird though, because Remoras are fire beings.
So
Fire
they
and ice, actually.
yeah,
Oh.
they have a special ability to keep their own blood warm, so
Mhm.
they're yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Frickin' twin Rovas around here.
So
Yeah, but it's one creature.
most
Yeah.
of these things, except for probably the Rimeraz, are things that Bitter has actually probably seen at one point or another. Because I'm guessing Rimeraz aren't exactly as common.
They better not be.
You see one, you die.
Yeah, I mean they're not common. They're kind of like a mix between a they're burrowing creatures, so they pretty much unless you're kind of a cave dwelling type of creature or a underground dwelling creature, you don't really see them.
Okay.
So they're
And if you know where one lives, you stay the frick away.
Yep.
Oh, so
Yep.
so Callie must have been pretty excited
Yeah,
to hear the.
Although probably actually because they prey a lot on polar bears.
Oh, then yeah,
you
I definitely know.
Yeah,
and
you
I'm
probably would have
like,
actually. Yeah, so they live in Arctic climates. They prey on elk. They prey on polar bears. They
So they
can't
get some of
actually
everything.
tolerate warm weather because they're adapted to cold because they heat their bodies
Mhm.
from inside. But they're deep burrowers, so yeah, it's pretty rare that you would you probably have not encountered one, but you would know about them because they eat
Yeah.
polar bears.
Mhm.
And by the
That's-
same token, oryx would know about them because they come up and eat elk.
So that's the only thing that
Yep.
Bitter probably actually frowns about when he's making these, and it's a very, very brief.
Yeah. Davrick Fane comes over and says, "Oh, that is a wonderful depiction sculpture of the many-legged Rimeraz. I am really that's fantastic. You must have seen them before."
More like my people have heard of them. They tend to make prey of bears, polar bears in particular.
Yes, but that's the circle of life, right? This is the natural way of things.
Indeed. One must eat to survive. Bitter is trying not to say what he wants to say.
Mm-hmm.
He will introduce him. I will introduce myself to Davrick, though. Kind of give a little bit of a bow. Say that I was interested in helping out and learning a bit more about a life that's different than I'm used to.
Oh, a life that's different than you're used to. In what way?
I'm a tribesman, so I'm
Well,
not
yes, of
used
course,
to.
but I respect that. But what do you mean not used to? You are familiar with Oral? I mean, look at the wonderful sculptures you've made. I can't believe that you are not familiar with Oral.
Oh, I'm familiar with Oral. Vaguely. Doesn't mean that I can't learn more.
Well, I think you should. I think you would be a great asset to Oral. And at the same time, you could preserve your own life and your people. You know, she's only cruel to those who do not give her the justice that she deserves.
Sam, you bastard.
What?
That particular word.
Ugh. Like, this guy just oozes asshole.
Oh, yes, he does. And Bitter is kind of frigid right now, like not expressive at all. So he might actually like Bitter's company for that part, and I don't know how I feel about that.
Hi, Earl.
So he starts to tell you all about how Oral is revered throughout the realms, throughout Faerun, for her ability to preserve and to make the people that worship her stronger so that they can endure the worst hardships. He talks about how there is there's a large shrine in Erebor. They worship her in Kalimport, in Port Nyanzaru, in Flan, and even in Waterdeep. And in fact, in Waterdeep, they have a large sort of palace-like cathedral that was built in her name, and they have a midwinter celebration every year in Waterdeep, and it is one of the most fulfilling celebrations that they have, because so many people in Waterdeep end up converting to the worship of Oral in a way that is more exclusive than they generally worship things in this society. Because remember, Forgotten Realms is pantheistic, so generally everybody agrees that all these different gods exist, and then some people worship some more than others, but you kind of know you don't want to piss off any of them, right? So there's really no such thing as a monotheistic ideal, but that's kind of what Davric Fane is describing, is a monotheistic ideal of the worship of Oral.
I mean, it kind of makes sense since she values isolation. She doesn't want anyone else in her business, more or less.
Or to have to compete with other gods.
Right.
That too.
And remember, in the Forgotten Realms, the power of the god is almost a direct relationship to the number of worshippers and true believers there are. So the more worshippers that you can gain, the more powerful you become as a deity.
Likewise, so does that mean if you're really good at convincing entire towns to either stop the sacrifices or to ignore Oral, she'll lose power?
Are you asking me that out of character?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, so theoretically, if you destroy every single follower of a god, that deity ceases to exist.
But that's
Excellent.
easier said than done.
Right, because all it takes is one person. And you would have to also obliterate all knowledge of that deity for the rest of eternity,
Yeah.
because if one person stumbles upon a book that talks about
Oh
that
no,
deity,
I'm not talking about
Yeah.
essentially deleting a god. I'm just talking about making them weaker.
Yeah. I mean, theoretically, it works both ways. Yes, if you get more followers, you become more powerful. If you get fewer followers, you become less powerful. In a substantial way. Yeah.
Bard temptations intensify.
Just don't get yourself killed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would never sharing ideas that could get me killed.
Doubt.
Would
Also-
never.
Sam, I just looked up how they celebrate that day in Waterdeep for Earl, and it's hilarious.
I know.
Oh.
I know.
It is. Oh god, it's just so freaking funny.
You can tell the audience.
One of the things they do is basically people wearing basically just a light white tunic or nothing at all run down the streets in the cold and then jump into frigid water.
Oh,
Oh god. They literally do polar bear
That-
plunge.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
shit.
Which is what's so funny because they're really doing it in a kind of mocking manner, right?
Oh,
Like
yes.
it's very much we're only doing this to make sure the deity doesn't smite us this winter. It's not really a we believe in her kind of
No,
thing.
it's not a celebration, it's more of an appeasement.
But
All
of
right,
course,
jump in the lake naked or else fuck you.
but from Davrick's Fane's perspective, as a true believer, supposedly, right, he would actually say, "Oh well, they're so devoted. They know they're not going to die when they jump in the frigid water, which many people would presumably perish if they weren't preserved by her. So, of course,
Or just drunk.
right? Well, that's of course. But
Well,
I'm
that's a
just
good way
saying.
to sober up.
That's a form of preservation.
God, if Sig heard that,
Mhm.
she'd just be laughing because it's like I've been to that celebration every year.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Oh, so you are a devout follower of Oral too.
How many times did you take the plunge?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, someone's ass is getting proselytized, not probed, but talked to. How many of this party is like either avoiding people or trying to just like help, but not in any way close to like the followers?
I'm helping but not
Yes.
engaging with the followers. It's more of the people
Yeah.
who are doing like the grunt work that Sig is helping because like these guys aren't gonna try and go on and on about our it's just, hey, where do you want this? Okay, awesome, because
Yeah, I mean, I'll offer to like make some holes for fishing because I can make giant fucking holes in the ice, and I have no strength for grunt work. I can just do all the grunting. That's about it.
Well, at least from Bitter's perspective, Addie's gonna have to suffer later. This is him
Yeah,
suffering now.
Yeah, Bitter's being super helpful, getting information, schmoozing.
Well,
meanwhile the
you
rest
know.
of us are like, nope, not dealing with oral followers, just doing our own shit, but helping still, making ourselves known that we are
Mhm.
helping.
Mhm. Yeah. So also at the same time, Callie T Fellow is sort of walking around the outskirts of the of the where the tents are set up, and she's putting like these little blocks about brick size pieces of ice down, and she's making a little sort of border around this area, and she makes like this pathway into the area, and then like this border around it, and then she kind of makes a path into the sort of the circular area where the market stalls are kind of, so the tables are kind of set up so that it sort of implies you should go in a certain direction, right, around, and so you go from one table to, you're right, so it's kind of a more formalized kind of area. And then she gets to work on one end of the area, basically conjuring this platform made of ice with a couple of steps up and with like almost a podium type thing, um,
Ah.
that she's presumably going to speak from when everyone is in the midst of their festival going. So around midday, another couple of individuals show up, and actually 3 more people show up, and they are pretty obviously oral followers. They are wearing that same blue color, and they have one of them has a ring on that looks like it's black,
Oh, it's made from black ice, isn't it?
and the others are just sort of, they're dressed in kind of regular clothes, but they've been dyed a light blue color. But they're pretty dirty, so it's a little bit hard to tell, but you're looking specifically for people that are obvious oral followers. And you notice that on the inside of their wrists, they have a little symbol of oral carved. on the inside of their wrist. You can't tell if it's carved in like with like it's a scar or if it's just like drawn in charcoal or what it is, but it looks it's pretty obvious once you're looking for it.
Okay.
So
Shut up, Pie.
Well, all the oral followers are showing up.
I mean, it's a festival of oral. I'm not surprised.
the townsfolk are also starting to kind of funnel over and look at what's going on, and no one enters the sort of circle that she created yet, right? They're kind of standing outside of it and whispering to each other and talking to each other and trying to figure out, kind of what's going on. But those are obvious town folk and not as much. They're not coming in to help. So what would you like to do?
Hate that I'm helping set this up, but keeping quiet about it.
Well, once the sculptures are done, I'll ask if there's anything else that I can assist with. Because obviously, like, doing things with ice is not that difficult for me.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they don't really have a real like idea of what they want you to do. They definitely want you to hang out because they are enjoying your company.
Trying and also trying to convert me, or rather reinforce that.
Right, they're trying to reinforce. They're pretty sure that you already have a propensity for their teachings. But it kind of matters how much you're willing to keep them talking, right? So are you trying to like find out more information, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, I would try, although out of character, I'm not quite sure how I'd go about it. Just like continue to talk about, and if they'd ask about how the tribes, or particularly how the bear tribe lives, I'd explain to them that we do keep ourselves fairly isolated, even amongst the other tribes, and that I'm not used to actually having buildings per se, because we at best we have tents and maybe occasionally we'll set up like an igloo or something, but we move. We don't stay in one place.
Right. They're very curious about how you deal with the weather in terms of do any of your people ever freeze to death? Which is an extremely rude question to ask, but they are.
Occasionally, but not very often. We we prepare and we know how to deal with the cold. It, and Bitter will kind of glance around and be like, "We're not quite as soft as some who are used to the warmth."
Hmm. That is an excellent skill to have, to be not afraid of the coldness.
It exists anyway. Fearing it, and I suppose respecting it is one way to deal with it, but you can't let that cripple you.
Very true. Oral doesn't want her people to be crippled. That would be a very bad,
Counterproductive.
of course. But some people do, however, get sidetracked, let's say. And they forget that Oral will let them be who they need to be, of course.
So stop that.
What's the matter?
I'm trying to actually think of what Bitter would say. I don't need cat. I have enough of that with Ember.
It's gone to Carter's room. Not my problem.
Also, is it still more Callie talking, or is it more Davrik still?
So most of that sort of high level, I'm going to save your soul kind of crap is Callie.
Mm-hmm.
Davrik is more about the day to day, like, oh yeah, Oral's going to save everybody. This is no problem. We just have to do what she says, and we're golden, right?
Does he look like he really believes it, or if he's just kind of playing what seems to be a winning side?
You can roll an insight.
16.
I mean, it seems like he believes it. He would have, it seems to you that he would have very little reason to lie to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot
Yeah.
of what he has said is not even in the earshot of Callie, so it's not like he's just trying to impress her.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I probably would also suggest occasionally, if he wanted to test himself a little more, to try like camping outside of town.
Camping? You mean
I mean,
like in a tent, or what do you mean?
in a tent, in an igloo, try living the way a tribesman might live. It might give you an increased perspective. Like I said, a lot of the people even here are a bit soft.
Yes, it's unfortunate they aren't suited so much to how they should be, let's say. I'm not sure that that camping is a bad idea. I just wonder if there's a way to camp and also bring attention to yourself so that Oral can see that you are camping.
I mean, it's possible, but bringing too much attention to yourself could also bring the attention of other things as well. There are ways to worship God out of character. I hate this. I really hate this.
Suffer.
Oh, this
Yeah.
is so good.
I mean, and Bitter is just gonna be like, well, follow her tenets and offer prayer, worship. That should be enough to draw her eye.
I thought
Hmm?
I thought you weren't.
I'm not really, but a lot of these things are sensible.
Interesting. Well, I will put in a good word for you.
Oh, thank you. Now, if there's nothing else that needs to be done, I should get going for a little bit. I will be back, though.
Of course, I will see you shortly.
Then I'll nod and kind of just rise unhurried and start walking away. Because this is about as much as I can fucking take.
Yeah, once Bitter finds the rest of us, it's just gonna look and be like, "Did you have fun?"
I endured it because I know that Addie is gonna suffer more.
Endurance is one of the tenets of Oral.
I'm just gonna use create water and make a splash of, or use a shape water and make a splash of water, not at Ember, but near enough to make him spook.
I hope you had fun. I got a fish. They won't let me turn it into wine though.
God,
For some reason.
I cannot wait to leave this place, though. That's all I'm saying.
I can't wait to leave the north, but neither of us are getting what we want soon.
I think that I'll
but
get
when
what
we
I
leave
want sooner
here,
than you.
I can make it into wine, so I'll get things after Bitter.
Anyways, did you at least learn when the full celebration thing is starting?
Shit, I did not, but shortly.
2 hours.
Okay, so that's. Listen, I glossed over a lot of the shit because I didn't have. Yeah.
The willpower?
So about 2. Yeah, that. About 2 hours.
Alright.
You have no idea how tempted I was to fucking smash that last sculpture that she asked me to make, though.
Question.
What she asked you to make?
A Remoraz.
A what?
And I'm just going to
Nasty
use shape
things.
water to make a little example of it and then crush it.
Yeah, I hiss at it and bap it.
Oryx growls a little bit as well and kind of just
Mhm.
It's a
grabs-
bug.
just like holds his
It's
knee
a
for a
very-
little bit.
No. This is not to scale.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
they're
it's a
much
big bug.
bigger.
It's just more satisfying to squish.
Yeah,
You
like-
see that house? You see that big warehouse over there?
Yeah.
About that
Size.
size. About that
So
size.
very satisfying to squish.
They prey a lot on polar bears and elks. Do you see why neither of us care for them?
You don't care for them, but
And
it just
people
means all the more satisfying to squish. Like, that hasn't changed my opinion on it whatsoever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And people who are careless enough to get too close to them.
If
Also,
only
Well, that's
I
fair.
really
Cool.
like eating those.
If
I may
only
have-
Addie as an angel could smash all of the sculptures.
That might piss off RL.
Oh yes, I know. I said if only.
Yeah, no, I am not. I'm not.
I might have given Davrik a suggestion to camp outside of town at some point. I don't know if he caught on to it, but
If all goes as planned, he won't have time to do that. He'll be either
Yeah.
suffering the consequences that the village decides on, or, well, I was planning to Eldritch Blast him anyways at the end of my speech.
didn't.
Well, that answers the question of what do we do if he doesn't break down and confess.
Kill him?
I mean, to be
But
honest,
isn't that a magic non-druidy thing?
it is.
Do you really think normal people are gonna know that shit?
Do I
I
really
could
think
always
normal
Sacred
people are gonna
Flame.
know that shit, Sam?
I would say Sacred Flame would be a wiser decision.
Magic is magic.
No, it's
No,
not. There are
no.
clearly delineations between all of the schools of magic. I am going to teach you every single one if it kills me. Or you.
Well,
It's
I
probably
guess
the latter.
I'm
As
gonna
we've
have
seen.
to find a place to bury your body then. Because I'm not learning all
Well,
that
as we've
crap.
seen, some magic is more powerful and more showy than others.
And some of it is more useless.
I mean, the difference is Eldritch Blast comes directly from me. Sacred Flame... Actually, Sacred Flame does. It's just...
You dodge it more so than it hits you.
Yeah, I don't have to
It's
aim it so
magic!
much.
No, regardless.
Either way, we'll see if he survives it or if he manages to dodge it, but
I don't think one Sacred Flame would kill him.
that depends.
I don't know, he's pretty scrawny.
Would kill a normal person.
We'll see.
Wait, what kind of a save is Sacred Flame?
Dex.
Dex.
Next.
Out of character question. Does drinking inhibit your dex saves?
Yes.
Yes, because you're
If you
poisoned.
Okay. Oh no, what happened to Sam?
Sam, you okay?
Sorry,
No?
my Discord is like, blah.
It
just
will also, I can actually make it do a bit more damage than normal. So even out of character, even if I roll a 1, I'd be doing like 4 damage, which is enough to kill
Oh.
a commoner. So
So if he's just a commoner.
if he's
Which
just a
is unlikely.
commoner, I could actually kill him outright.
Okay,
On the
let's be
spot.
real here. Any adventurer could outright kill a commoner with one attack normally.
Yeah, and
It's
that's
kind
why
of-
Addie's like, yeah, if I do this and if I put the wrath of, the angelic power behind it, he's gonna die on the spot. So the question is, do we want that or not?
We can see how he reacts.
Because that
Like,
way
I'll
we
lead
don't
the
have to depend
crowd.
on exactly how the village making the justice.
I mean, just
Happen.
read
And
the crowd.
didn't Speaker Huddle say that the worst that they would be able to do would be drive him out, banish him?
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, I don't think
Then
even
then
in
if that's the
character, like Addie's
case,
not really happy with that result.
well, there's only so much you can do, especially if you don't want to outright.
I would say you gotta read the crowd. If the crowd looks like they're so pissed at him they're gonna kick him out, then fine, take the next step. They're not gonna give a crap you took care of the problem.
Yeah,
But if they're
Divine
all
justice.
siding with him, then they might turn on the angel in rage if you kill him. So gotta
Yeah.
read the crowd, I'm guessing.
well, I'm planning to link the appearance of this angel to the fact that she was a druid and make it seem as though her spirit took the form of the moose and was the one killing the loggers, so that the loggers understand that they are in no danger from the moose.
As long as they were not the ones who killed.
But they're already dead besides this douchebag.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
So that way we also solve the problem of the loggers fearing for the moose. If they see this guy, you know,
judged by the spirit of
judged-
the moose.
yeah, and then I'll just disappear into the forest once everything is done and be like, that kind of plays into the, like, yeah, if we do get to kill him, then I can be more of like, my spirit is now free, and then fly off into the sky and disappear into the forest.
And if you don't kill him, well, you might want to address the townsfolk and be like, if you do not do justice, I will return.
But anyways,
I and my moose will return.
So do you know what you're gonna be saying, Addie?
Yes.
All right. So now we just make sure we have you ready to go and wait for this festival and the crowd to fully show up. I will say at least some of us should be in the crowd when she, shows up. Then it's not these random ass nobodies are all missing when this happens.
I would say that probably most of the rest.
Not
At
all
least-
of us besides Addie, but I'd say at least 2 or 3.
And you see me kind of grimace, and I'm like, they're probably going to expect me to be there, so I will be there.
Oh yeah, you will be.
I figure I'll be there, just blend in the crowd. Nothing else, trying to make sure it doesn't get away. I had a thought about maybe bringing the axe peak to show off, but maybe not.
So I'm going to
It
stick
might not
out.
like crowds.
I'm going
Yeah,
to
probably
stick
not
out if I'm not there because the fishermen saw me, and I'm the only tabaxi around these parts.
Which leaves
Honestly,
Sig.
we're all gonna
And-
stick out.
And also, you have magic, so
Uh-huh.
you not being there when this happens might be a little bit more suspicious.
Me? I am only small kitty cat.
I was
You
also
tower
looking.
over me.
I was also looking at the map, and I think what we can do is have Addie wait, like where that like lone tree is, beside where because that way we can stage here where no one's gonna be in the forest, and then have Addie appear here and then fly back into the forest.
And then you
You're
can
gonna have
make your
to-
way back to Speaker Huddle's house.
So I would
Yeah.
even suggest putting your robes on top of your armor so you could just chuck them and get what winter gear you can.
What if she hides her shit in the forest?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Or at least your jacket and cloak and shit. That way you go back into the forest, you dump the robe in the
Well,
snow.
I
Or
would,
in a bag, I don't know.
I would say
We can't
put it in a
leave.
bag.
Yeah.
You can't leave evidence like that.
And as much as possible, I need to fly to a spot so that I do not leave tracks.
Alright.
Because I can't really dim the light after I'm done. My wings are going to be glowy the whole time. But once I get inside the cover of the trees, I can drop them and land. Having
All
Sig
right.
there to help me get, extra clothing on and then move to Speaker Huddle's place would be for the best, I think.
And
Yeah, I can
Sig's
help
probably
with
the
that.
best for that since she knows you the best.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can help with that.
Chances are at that point I'm going to be fumbling because I'm going to be freezing.
All right,
Really
so I'll
that
wait in
cold
the
out
trees
right
with
now.
your shit.
Mhm.
And then once you land, I can help us get back to Speaker Huddle's place with hopefully not leaving any tracks of any kind. So
Sounds good. Can't wait to see how this fails.
There was a lot put
If
into it. You don't know.
she fucks up, you need to get her out of there because I'm not going to be there. And if she dies, I'm killing all three of you.
Don't worry. If we need
Oh,
to
I
get
didn't
her
know you
out,
cared
we
that
will.
much.
Where's my
What did I
paycheck?
do?
No, your paycheck comes even if you're dead.
I mean, it is true. Her resurrection is a thing, but that's expensive, and it'll probably take a cut of my pay. So I'd rather avoid
Doubtful.
that.
Yeah,
All right.
he'd probably take the cost out of your paycheck.
By the way, just so you know, Karu, out of character, I have the spell Adjust Position, which basically says I can move you 5 feet.
Okay.
And since I have the scientific crystal, I can keep that open in case you need to yell at me to move you or something.
Okay. Well, while I'm flying, while I have the wings, I have a flying speed of 30 feet. So
Okay.
I have to, in terms of whatever I tell everyone else, I'm casting the spell and then flying out of the forest, doing the whole apparition thing, sending a sacred flame to him, hoping that's enough to kill him, or at least
And then
injure
getting
him
the fuck
enough,
out of Dodge.
and then getting the fuck out of Dodge.
I think the rest of us should just try and get him drunk.
I mean,
Not in 2
Bitter
hours.
was buddy.
Not in 2 hours. And honestly,
2 hours
We're-
is more than enough time for someone like.
I'm pretty
Scarnett.
sure 30 fucking minutes is enough time.
but not when he's busy with this.
Yeah,
A
it doesn't.
celebration drink.
No.
Oh, look, another one. You're doing so well with all this. You should have another. It's a festival for real. You need to enjoy yourself.
Besides, it makes you feel
Another
warmer,
toast.
so you could take off more of these clothes, so you show the people that you aren't soft like they are.
Like, you can ham it up if you want to. Just
Yeah, but Bitter's not good at doing that much.
okay, fine.
Although, if we hadn't had this particular thing, the other plan was for Bitter to get buddy with him and get him to take him back to his house.
I mean, you do notice that while everybody else is bundled up, Davrick Fane is just wearing sort of normal clothes, right? Like the image that I showed you of him.
Oh, I did not notice that, but that was just...
So
We were all very concentrated on his eyeballs.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about the eyes.
Yeah,
yeah.
I kind of hate
I
them.
hate his bug eyes.
Teeth.
Oh god.
Yeah,
He's
the
just
teeth are
so
the worst.
Yeah,
disturbing.
the teeth don't help.
Yeah, no, he looks crazy.
Oh, so he must have been
Who's
even
that
more
look like?
interested when he saw that I wasn't in full winter gear.
All right, are we gonna do this? Let's
Yeah.
not.
I will point out to Oryx that bright red hair like that is actually very common in the elk tribe.
Oh.
But is bug eyes?
okay.
Yeah, the bug
That's
eyes are not.
mean.
but-
That's mean. I like it.
Hmm.
Okay, so then, like, what other ways might Oryx recognize a fellow tribesman? Besides,
I mean,
bright red hair like this.
He has not acted as if he is a tribesman at all.
No.
Although
I'm pretty
when Bitter mentioned that he was a tribesman, Davrick didn't bat an eye. He was just like, "Oh, that's excellent. I respect your way of life," as if That's not the response that most people have,
Mm-mm.
right?
Yeah, and that was why Bitter was like,
Huh.
But yeah, he has not. He has not given Oryx any other reason to suspect anything except the really bright red hair.
Okay. Interesting.
So, is there anything you want to do before this festival happens, or what was this about inviting him for a drink? What's your?
nope, that was not me.
No,
It was just an idea.
I think
Okay.
Addie's just busy panicking.
And besides,
Just
I don't
Addie.
think Bitter wanted to, because Bitter would have had to drink with him,
Mm-hmm.
and Bitter's already kind of loose with his magic anyway.
Okay, so we all prep.
Mhm.
Addie and Sig make their way into the forest.
Okay, so where are you on this?
Let me just. That's a big token, but anyways, we'll
So
stage.
you're gonna be-
We'll stage in the
yeah.
middle of that area.
Yeah, sort of like where those two boats are is where the thing is really set up.
Yeah,
It's right next to the water.
So the plan is wait here till an appropriate moment. We'll need someone in the party to let us know when that appropriate moment happens.
I thought that would have been.
Yeah, I could do that. What is? You said you have a movement speed of 30 flying?
30, yeah.
Okay. I think the telepathy I have is 60 feet. Yeah, 60 feet telepathy.
So I would have
So
to
if
wait.
you're within 60 feet.
So let me actually
Wow.
move you to a map that is a closer representation of
The beach.
where everyone is.
Because, like, assuming that you want to fly in and double move,
Oh no.
Uh-huh.
then you would be also in range of me and telepathy.
Sig is nowhere near here. She's going to be in the forest.
Yeah, so I threw all your tokens on there. I know that you'll be you're off sort of in the forest in the north in the forest, right?
Yeah.
So all of these people here with this token, that's just a commoner token. It's just the one I pulled from the module. It just says commoner on it. I just took away their name tags because makes it too busy. And these people here next, so these squares here, right here, for example, these are the ice sculptures. Okay. So they're the tables where the ice sculptures are. All right. This big blue one back here has Callie T-Fellow on it. This is the sort of platform that she conjured out of ice that she is standing on. Okay. And so these little dashed lines, those are the little bricks that she made and she stuck in the ground. And so you can see that it sort of makes a path around here because she wanted everyone to go sort of to all 6 of the sculptures, right? And then gather in the center. Davrik Fane is next to the Rimeraz
Of course
sculpture.
he is. Fucker.
What are the other tokens?
These here, those are the people that are presenting it. It's a
Okay.
weird, like, whatever that it's an acolyte.
It's a
token.
non-commoner token.
It's a non-commoner token. It's like the acolyte, but they've got a weird mask on. But these people do not have weird masks on. It's not really
It's just
representative
to
of what they look
differentiate who's at the
Yeah,
sculpture
exactly.
versus
So
who's just
the other
around.
the other people are just commoners.
Okay.
So
So do we want to take a 10-minute, 5-minute, 10-minute break before we?
Is
Before
someone
we do
out of
this?
key
I
again?
was gonna say before we go,
I am out of
basically
key.
just the staging is if we have to figure out, well, the people who are in with the group is gonna have to figure out when would be a good point for Addie to do her angel thing without disrupting too much of Callie's thing and pissing off Aro, but also making sure that no one leaves before it happens. probably towards the end of it,
Mhm.
Yeah.
because it'll probably ruin the ceremony or whatever else is happening. And then you could go to closer to the tree line, and we'd be 60 feet inside the tree line waiting for your message. Once we hear you, 60 feet I can do in one round, so 6 seconds to get out.
Yeah.
Fly towards the group, deliver my speech, and then leave.
I mean, has there been rumors about? Wait, they said that there was going to be some talk here, and then it was going to go towards the temple, right? Like there was going to be a service after. Sam.
That's what Davrick Fane told Bitter. Yes,
Okay.
that they would go to the northern shrine.
So the real question is, do you want to do it before or after they go to the shrine?
I'd say before. Maybe as they're
Okay.
preparing to leave.
Like,
show
thank you
up.
for coming. Now we should go to the shrine for a service.
Yeah, and just as they're getting ready to disperse. So basically, when she's giving her like wind down speech, you come and alert me that hey, get
Okay.
ready to go.
Are there walls or is it just those stone paths?
It's more like little ice bricks that she sort of set in. I mean, it's not even. They don't block anything, right? They're
Yeah,
not
basically,
even.
like if I'm in the middle and I have to run, do I have to like jump?
No.
away?
It's more like decorative things somebody might put in their garden, right? So that you don't step on the plants or whatnot. But it's more just meant to form a path so that the commoners, right? So that the unwashed masses will go in the right direction, right? That's what it really is.
Yeah.
And then it leads you to the middle, and then so the plan is, from Callie's point of view, to get everybody gone through, looked at everything, sort of heard the spiel, and then they're all gathered in the center for whatever ceremonial thing she's going to do, right?
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay.
All right, so let's
plan.
go on break, and then we'll see how this plan goes.
Poorly.
We're screwed.
It'll be fun.
Okay.
Hey, we're back.
All right. Hello, everyone. This is the Endless Night Rime of the Frostmaiden game again on Midgardia RPG. So, here's where we are. The party has decided to attend a festival for Oral, a festival given in Oral's honor, hosted by the local priestess of Oral, who is known as Callie Teafellow. And there is now a group of commoners from Lonelywood who are milling about and speaking to the acolytes of Oral's assistants, who are standing next to a 6 different ice sculptures that were expertly created by Bitterfrost, and they are proselytizing to the commoners who are around. And the party has just realized that they recognize someone in the crowd, or rather, someone who is kind of standing outside of the crowd and looking in, and that is Velen Harpel. Velen Harpel is a person that that they met much earlier, way back in session 1 or 2, who has asked them to try to find some small elemental beings called Chewingas, and they never did run across any of those, but now Velen is here. So, there you have it. So what would you like to do? What's your plan? You're just going to wait until everyone has milled around and Callie is giving her closing remarks. That's your plan?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll wait till Callie is finishing up. But before they move on to either go back to their houses, because let's be real, not everyone's going to want to go to the temple. Um,
So after about maybe 30-45 minutes of people milling around, most of them are now gathered in the center. They're kind of chatting with each other. The acolytes have moved to the front of the ice sculptures. By the way, Velen Harpel has sort of moved away more over towards the edge over here, just kind of watching without being part of this group. And so this entire group here is sort of huddled in this area here, and they are now listening to Callie Teafellow tell them about how Oral will preserve them, and that Oral is looking favorably upon Lonelywood because the people of Lonelywood have shown that they have the ability to endure a certain amount of isolation, and they have shown that they have the ability to persevere through this horrible hardship on mortal bodies, and that Oral will surely be a source of help and preservation for them. And that also she has noticed that they have done more than their bare minimum sacrifice to her, and that she looks favorably on that because she sees that as an extra, an extra effort on the part of the people of Lonelywood to ensure that they are giving her just due, and she will definitely gaze upon them with favorable thoughts, and that on Midwinter, she makes this announcement right at the end. She says I have one more announcement, and then we can retire to the temple, or to the it's not really a temple, it's more
Shrine.
like to the shrine. Then we can retire to the shrine. And my announcement is that on the midwinter holiday, we will have another festival, and it will be larger than any festival that Lonelywood has ever had, and that she is going to work with the other priestesses of 10 towns to try to gather everyone here in Lonelywood to host the Midwinter Festival, and that everyone's support is appreciated. And so if they could spread the word and try to convince all of their friends and relatives that live in the other 10 towns to invite them here on the Midwinter rather than anywhere else, because there are some other planned festivals that are already going on. And so now is the time to spread the word and keep the people of Lonelywood as the apple of Oral's eye, to keep the people of Lonelywood as the most important group of people at 10 towns. And so she kind of goes on like that for several minutes, actually. And at some points, at some points, the acolytes sort of cheer, and they try to, you see them kind of elbow the crowd so that the crowd kind of gives kind of a half-hearted clapping. They're still not really sure exactly what's going on, but they're trying to be, not offensive. And so you get the sense that it's about to be over.
I'm going to telepathy over to Addie. They just announced that there's going to be a giant thing here for Midwinter, and that they want all of the priestesses in 10 towns to be here, and that now they can go towards the place of worship. And after that big announcement, maybe there's more big announcements. And then you can just hear flavors of smite them all, smite them all, smite them all.
God.
And that's how Ember says it is time.
Addie's like, you could have just said, okay, whatever.
Smite them all, smite them all.
Good luck.
Just have this thing ringing in my head, smite them all, as I just cast light on the headband.
You can't turn off and block out either.
No. So I'll cast light on the headband, which is an action, and then I'm going to pop my Radiant Soul, and this time I do mean to put that down. And my eyes start to shine, and two luminous, incorporeal, feathery wings sprout from my back. I give Sig one last look of, oh god, this is terrifying, and then fly into the air. And fly south out of the forest.
So you have 1 minute.
Yeah, I have 1 minute to do this.
Okay, so do you want to move your token to where you're flying to? Are you making noise as you're flying in?
No, but I am a beacon in the sky. Because light is shedding, I think it's 20 feet and 20 feet of dim. And I forgot to ask earlier, but I don't know what the light situation is at this point in the day.
It's dark. You're in darkness right now.
Okay.
So I'm shedding
light,
20 feet of bright light, and then dim light for an additional 20 feet from my forehead. Okay. And so I've got the luminous, like the effects of the angelic part is not like bright light or anything. It's more like I'm luminescent.
Okay. So the commoners, most of them don't necessarily have dark vision. So there are a couple of, kind of like tiki torches around this area, right?
Mm-hmm.
None of them are holding light sources, but there's a few around just so that they don't trip and fall.
So they can better view the sculpture.
Right. And yeah, exactly. So there's kind of one next to each sculpture. And And like Callie T-Fellow does not have a light source, and neither does Davrick Fane. A couple of the acolytes are kind of standing next to their light sources.
Okay.
But the majority of commoners do not. So when you fly in, it's going to be real, like they're going to see you coming.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be the brightest thing in the air.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, he's by the centipede!
Oh, thanks.
As she's flying in, I'm just gonna I just yell out what in this guy what in Oral's name is that? Look up there as loud as I can.
Or
Just try to get as many eyes on Addie.
As Oryx says that, every single commoner looks up, and Callie looks over, and Callie says, "It is an avatar of Oral sent to bless us all.
Oh no!
Oh, we're gonna get smoked.
Yeah, I was gonna.
We
I was kind of
will have the blessing of the ice goddess."
Oh, I wish I had thaumaturgy right now.
And Davrick Fane looks up and says, "Oh, Oral, I have felt your embrace once. I am awaiting your second embrace."
Oh God. Okay, yeah. So I fly towards him.
Oh, I'm so terrible.
I'll stay.
As you do, all of these people part. It's like parting of the ocean. They're like getting out of your way.
I am still 40 feet in the air because I don't want people seeing too much.
But they're still parting. They're like, "Oh my god."
Yeah.
Bitter and Oryx, are you guys?
Oh my
in
goddess,
the
yeah.
middle? Or are y'all chilling out creepily on the outside?
No. I would have been in with the other people.
Yeah,
during the
put
whole
yourself
thing.
in the crowd if you would have been in the crowd.
Marsh will steal his nerve and get over there.
Marsh will be as far away from the middle as possible.
Yeah, I'll stay outside
Bitter-
of the circle of light
'Cause we
and
need to be
everything.
able to book it if we need to.
Yeah. So once I'm 40 feet away from him, I'll go as loud as I can because I don't have thaumaturgy, unfortunately. And I'll point at what's his name?
Davrick Fane.
Damn it.
Damn it.
Shut up!
And I'll go, "You! My restless spirit thirsts for justice. Justice denied by you. I have roamed these forests in my animal form, searching and dealing out punishment to those who deserve it." I'll pause just to give him a time to react to what I'm saying.
Also, this is probably your trigger warning. for
Yeah.
listeners.
Mm-hmm.
As you pause, you see Callie sort of look, and as she looks at you, she sort of whispers something under her breath, and you see two creatures pop up
Uh-oh.
next to her.
I
Oops.
don't like this.
Oh,
I
I
don't
know
like
what
that
those
either.
are.
I don't even know if I'm terribly aware of that happening because I am staring at this guy.
Well,
That's fair.
Bitter is not looking at what's happening there. He's looking around. So I probably noticed that, and I'm like,
Okay, so you may or may not notice that then. But
I
they
mean, do you
they
think I
just
could
pop
tell
up
her?
into existence.
I am kind of keeping an eye on the crowd too, just to see their reactions. But I'm more interested in seeing how he reacts to what I just said.
He says, "Oh goddess, how have I upset you? I have only worked for your justice.
I am
For
no
all
goddess."
my
I break
life."
him off. "I am no goddess. I am the spirit of the one that you had killed after you defiled me."
His face changes and he says, "What? I don't know what you're talking about. Is this some sort of a prank? Callie, I don't know what it's talking about."
Do I believe
The
his...
crowd kind of moves away.
Oh,
From
yeah.
him?
They're kind of inching away. They're like, yeah, maybe it's time to get over
Away
here.
from this
Just
guy.
in case. Scoot.
Yeah, they're definitely like,
In-
this is Yeah, they are. This is not a good scene.
This is
I'd
an
like to-
angry thing. Let's move away from the thing
Yeah,
that's angry.
exactly. This thing is not happy with us. I thought it was going to bless us, and oh
Yeah.
shit, now I'm crapping my pants.
I'd like to glance back and see how Harpel is watching this. Like,
She has her arms crossed, and she has a smirk on her face.
Okay,
Nice.
interesting.
He
yeah, I'm
knows.
definitely. Oh man. Okay, I like her.
So
Uh-oh.
his reaction, does it seem genuine? Or is he like acting to cover something? Like, is there any sign of
I mean, you can roll insight.
13? Not the most wise in the group.
I mean, he is pleading for his life. I mean, he has seen the creatures next to Callie and knows that those only show up if there's danger.
Mhm.
And so he's like, oh crap, maybe I'm the focus of this danger and I need to be making some sort of amends for whatever. So it's hard to tell whether he's telling the truth or he's just trying to cover or he doesn't really know what's going on or what's happening.
Mhm.
It's hard to tell. I mean, he's a sleazy bastard. So he's like, it's probably seems to you like he's just saying whatever needs to be said
To appease the crowd and
to
whatever this
appease,
thing is.
right, to take the onus off of him. Like, well, I don't even know
Mhm.
what you're talking about. How could I respond to this if I don't even know?
Okay. I'll continue on then. I'll go, I have already brought the others who wronged me to justice. Those you paid. They have already paid the price, but my spirit will not rest until you have paid for what you did to me.
Callie looks over and says, "Oh, spirit of Oral,
I am a spirit
is
of the forest and its beings, not of Oral.
what is the payment that you seek?"
Justice. He killed me. He must suffer.
At that point, I don't have a token out, but the speaker Huddle steps out and says, "Is this true, Davrik? You have murdered someone in the forest? Have you spread lies about a moose killing people when it has been you all along?"
Nice.
Oh, I like Huddle.
And Davrik Fane, Davrik Fane, yeah, he is clearly in shock and does not
Oh no.
he doesn't have a good response, but he opens his mouth and he says, he says, "Everything I have done has been in the name of Oral and only to worship her." And he opens his mouth and you see a fine mist come out of his mouth and spray forward in a 30-foot cone. And he casts Freezing Breath, which is a blast of cold air from his mouth, affects each creature in a 30-foot cone. You have to make a Constitution saving throw or take 5d8 cold damage, so the damage would be 30.
Shit.
That's fine, it's cold damage.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not
cold damage.
resistant yet.
Well, Addie's out of range, but
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna roll for these commoners here. And and so let me just throw some.
There's going to be some more ice statues around, I think.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
one of them rolled a 20, so
So that's either really good or really bad.
that was their
save.
save. So they
But the
ducked
problem is, does
time.
it have half damage?
1, 2. Yeah, it's no. If so, let's see. It says a creature takes 5d8 cold damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one.
That might just kill him,
Failed-
even if
That might still kill him.
Right. So if the failed save brings the target to 0 hit points or below, the target is automatically stabilized but is immobile, rooted to the ground. Basically, they turn into a pillar of ice. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
So that's
they're
that
not
one.
dead.
Fail, 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 fail.
This is going to make a
Fail.
real look bad with having a royal
fail.
follower attack commoners.
Yup.
So every single one of these people here have failed, including the acolytes.
Yeah, where did he aim it?
towards.
He just aimed it in front of him because that's where Addie is,
Yeah.
right?
Doesn't that hit Callie?
No.
No.
It's like that
It hits
that
me.
chunk there.
Yeah.
Do you need me to roll?
Yes, Bitter needs to roll.
Shit.
Yeah, Bitter takes 30 damage.
I'm unconscious.
Yeah. No, you're not. You're a pillar of ice. You're stabilized.
Doesn't that only happen if you get... Oh, you're unconscious. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Great. Well, yeah, you became a pillar of ice, just like your statues.
I just want to make sure, what is Ember telling Sig in this moment?
Yeah, because we're gonna roll initiative in a second. So
Okay, yeah.
well, it depends on what Ember said to Sig, because Sig might get a turn to get closer.
I mean,
right.
Ember's
everything-
going, oh, this is good. Oh, he's magicking. Bear's an icicle! Ah!
Yeah, like, Sig got the warning of he's using magic, and he's using it at commoners, so I think that's when Sig would have booked it.
Okay.
We were 60 feet in, so if you get a full round
Double
to book
moving,
it,
yeah.
You get it to the edge, basically.
You mean where my token is?
Yeah, basically.
And this sucks.
Addie needs to run.
I can't let him
Perhaps
do
heal
this.
the
Yeah,
top
so we need to
Roll initiative.
Initiative?
roll initiative. Yeah, so roll initiative, and then I'll
So
roll
how
initiative
long
for
do you
him.
think has it been? Like 20 seconds maybe since I showed up?
Yeah,
Something
I mean,
like
you
that.
came in, you said a sentence, he said a sentence, Callie asked him what the hell you were talking about, or what Callie asked you what justice you wanted, and so probably that was 20 seconds, and then he went blah, and vomited ice all over everyone. So you're talking maybe 20, 25 seconds maximum.
Okay, so I've got
So you've
another...
probably got another 3-4 rounds.
Okay. One of which should just be booking it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need
You
to...
have
I
to
need-
save
I
one
need
round to
save a
book
round
it.
to book it, yeah, I know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
At least to land so I don't fucking fall.
Poof.
Yeah.
God, 30
And Sig
damage?
basically,
Brutal.
once she... Because I'm guessing there's now Scream, so she's going to be able to use the excuse of, I was coming, I was late, I heard a commotion.
Or I had to go to the bathroom and...
So
Reasonable.
Bitter is
So-
unconscious and a pillar of ice. Which commoners are pillars of ice? Can you mark them somehow? So we
Yeah,
know?
so let me see if I can or not. I was
Just a blue
trying
dot?
to... Yeah, let's just put a blue dot. Blue dot.
What spell was that? Just frost
Breath
breath?
of-
Cone of
Breath
cold.
of ice. No, breath of ice.
It's yeah, it's on there, right?
Freezing breath, you said?
Freezing breath. Yep.
Ooh,
'Cause
that's a nasty spell.
Yes, it is.
Huh.
And he's like, maybe Sacred Flame is not enough.
That is a third level evocation from Sam Dillon's Creed of Oral supplement.
Hmm.
Cool.
Maybe I should just guiding bolts this fucker.
Yeah.
I mean, when the DM uses his own custom stuff against you, you know it's serious.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm gonna have to learn this spell when we get to learn third level spells.
What
If
if you have
only out
to?
of
What if you have to
spite.
be
Or your
an
next-
oral follower for that?
Yes, or your next character
Well,
will.
maybe he fakes it long enough to get it.
He's stabilized. He's
Stabilized, it's
fine.
We just
Yeah,
have to-
I just need to be a heal.
Also, Sam, this is a really fucking cool spell. I just gotta say, it doesn't kill you. It just traps you in a pillar
Right.
of ice if you go unconscious. Like that is so freaking cool.
Yeah,
One of Oral's
that's
tenets is preservation.
Yeah.
That's
You are preserved for
true.
her.
Forever.
And ever and ever.
And ever. She loves her
decoration in
followers.
her church.
Okay.
God,
Oh boy.
this is one that I would
Okay.
absolutely ask for the boiling oil back.
No.
I told you. I told you would want it back.
I
Ember.
guess I'll just have to, if I get healed, magnify gravity on him and crush him.
Alrighty. So I have that on. I'm just gonna go, Bitter! Oh God, what happened to Bitter? You bastard! Because otherwise, I'm just gonna look crazy as I run up to punch this guy in the face.
Punch or stab?
Punch with pointy bits.
There we go.
Are you punch?
I mean, technically you have claws. You could punch with
Yeah.
pointy bits.
So I am going to activate Blade Song,
Okay.
and we are going to punch him in the face with pointy bits that are even longer than claws. The 23 hit.
Of course.
Bonk. For 7 piercing damage.
Hey,
With a little bit of fire going off onto the Remoraz. Because fuck you, that's creepy.
oh no, does it melt it enough that it falls over?
Mm.
The fire hits it and sort of bounces off.
Earl's protecting it.
And then I'm gonna scoot over here to clearly shield the commoners from this evil man.
Okay, Sam, did I get this far with Embers yelling, or am I running this turn?
No, you got that. You got as far as because Ember said, "Oh, he's magicking" before he got
Did the magic-y thing.
Because basically what he got was a surprise round. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Cool. 6 gonna go here. You know what? I'm double moving because I need to protect these people from Crazy Guy. So
Mhm.
Sig is gonna run here, bring out her sword, and she can't attack, but she's ready to take this guy down for being crazy.
I mean,
He-
and you just heard your teammate scream, "What happened to Bitter?"
Addie.
Okay, I can't heal Bitter and do other things because... Oh, wait. Yes, I can. Okay, I'm going to Guiding Bolt this guy because he deserves it.
Okay.
Um,
I think a 21 hits.
better hit. So that's going to
Make
be...
sure to give a speech too.
Yeah, I guess. You call defiling a woman being in service of Auril, and then I'll do the Guiding Bolt. It does do an
Mhm.
additional 3 damage because of my
Okay.
Holy Aura radiant
Okay.
damage. So that's what, 19, 22 damage? Whew, Addie's mad.
Ouch. Yeah. That is painful.
And
Okay.
he's still up, which is scary.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
I just want
He
to
wouldn't be a
Because he
boss
has a
type if he
blue
was.
border, not a red border.
And then I'm going to go and fly down to above, like just above Bitter's statue and
Mhm.
and put my hand on him and go, "You would attack those who follow Auril," and I'm gonna healing light him.
I'm sorry. Bitter is like,
You're frozen, you don't hear anything.
I
don't
know.
worry.
Oh god, but he will be like, don't you ever fucking say that.
You don't know she said that.
No, but I'm sure some blabbermouth is gonna say it later.
You're gonna read it in Ember's next book.
Mhm. Oh man, I still don't like Bitter too much, so you get 3 HP back.
That's fine. I will deal with it as it comes.
That's
As
only
that healing hits,
Uh-oh.
the ice melts extremely quickly.
that's even
Cool.
cooler because this like angelic being just goes down, heals you, and the mice melts.
Yeah.
That was, I think,
As that's happening, you hear Speaker Huddle say, "Everyone run! Protect yourselves! Preservation! Preservation!"
and then I'll fly back up.
Oh.
I think I only have like 20 feet left, so
You, as you fly that way, you still see Villain Harpel just standing there.
She's not
Arms
even doing
crossed.
She
anything.
knows
She
what the
knows
fuck
what
is
I
up,
am.
and I love her.
She's just smirking.
She just chilled.
I just imagine going, "Ooh, adventurers! This is gonna be good."
She's just like
Yeah,
popcorn.
she needs a treat.
Okay.
Okay. So did the speaker's exhortation cause this group of people to just start stampeding around me?
Yeah, so they're like running. I didn't roll initiative for them, so they just kind of go. They're just starting to move. They're kind of getting out of your way, actually. So they're just sort of
You're an
moving.
adventurer. You'll protect them.
Yeah, these
Yeah,
people are
but
moving
like
off this way.
as they're running past, what Oryx is doing is just not to get hit or push or jostled by any of them. He's breathing very heavily now.
Yeah.
He's actually getting a little bit panicked from just people the stampeding around him.
Mhm. Yeah.
But once they're out of his way, he will go into rage. I'm not going to transform because I don't want to terrorize people anymore. And then I'm going to move up towards Dingbat here and just introduce him to my ex. With advantage. 24/7. Wow.
Every little bit
Okay.
helps.
Every
Yeah.
little bit. Okay.
He's still too freaked out about almost getting trampled. So,
Mhm.
At least he's taller than everyone, so it's not like he was dealing with having people over him as well.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Davrick Fane looks at Sig and says, I'm surprised. I'm surprised at you. I see something in you. And he takes his hand and he puts it on your shoulder. And he casts a spell. And it's an AC 17. What's your AC?
Oh no, this is bad.
You're muted, Zio.
My AC's 19.
Okay. He sort of barely caresses your, because you move away, so he sort of barely caresses your shoulder. And you feel his hand is like a brick of ice. And he looks and he says, "Oh, you're afraid of her. I
I want to break his
understand."
hand. I want to break this creep's hand.
And he then sort of, with his left hand, he holds up his mace and he takes a swing at you and misses. He says,
Yeah, no, Sig just brings up her shield.
You're fearful. You're fearful. And then he's done, I think. He's not going to do anything else. But he's just staring at Sig. Just staring.
Well,
Bitter.
This creep.
Bitter comes back, shakes his head, and then glares. He steps around the other statues. 2, 3. How dare you? And then he's going to kind of reach a hand up to touch his own shoulder. Cast Armor of Agathis. So ice starts to creep around him and form like spectral plate armor on him.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to use Quicken Spell to cast Windlash. So let me. Oh, or not.
Oh.
So just a blast of wind
Mhm.
just kind of shrieks down. Doesn't do anything though. I do get fucking 10 temporary HP though, which is the real reason I cast that spell.
Uh-huh. Ember.
Shing. I take a quick look behind me to make sure I'm not going to get flanked. What is Callie doing?
She's watching. She has 2 ice mephits flying next to her, and they're sort of flanking her in a way that's kind of keeping her back a little bit. But she's just watching and sort of almost smiling, but it's not quite a smile. She's really just looking.
But she doesn't look like she's waiting for us to stop paying attention and then just come to Davrick's aid.
Mm-mm. Nope.
Okay. I'll take it. I'll take it. So, now I have advantage. Which I needed, but I don't know if 14 hits.
Does not hit.
I didn't think so. Alrighty.
He says,
You-
once I've felt your claws, I do not want to feel them again.
Well, it's too bad you're gonna.
Ember, can you move to give me advantage?
Let's see here. Scoot. And, let's see here. I can move there, and that should be able to do it, because you can move down. Or do you mean, like, move there?
It really doesn't matter. Just,
Okay.
I don't like this creep. Question, how much is overkill?
Nah. Just do
Nah.
it.
Enough. Just
Nah,
do
you
everything.
know what happened to the druid's sister, and he's being a creep to you.
Yeah, he's being a really big fucking creep, so I'm gonna crush this motherfucker. As a bonus action, I'm activating Giant Smite.
Ah.
Okay.
God, if Bitter wasn't
So,
already freezing,
Sig
he would have
gets
frozen.
big. He's like, don't you
Sig.
dare fucking touch me. So, Sam, can you embiggen the token?
Yes, I can.
Thank you.
I can remember how to do it.
Just
Here
drag
we
a-
go.
If I was playing a bard right now, I'd have a song.
Right now, I just
And yes, it would
kind
be from
of.
Steven Universe.
Right now, I just kind of.
I
have
wish
a
you will turn
fucking
into a
crack
giant
moment.
woman.
Is
Oh,
that
God.
big enough?
That's the one.
Yes. Okay, so Sig's gonna move here. And I'm gonna attack this motherfucker. I have advantage, and I'm hoping I fucking kill him. 23 to hit.
That hits.
Really, Sig? Okay, so that's 8 damage.
He reduces that by 1, so he only takes 7.
That's nice. I'm also gonna burn my action surge to attack him again.
Okay.
$18 to hit. Does that hit?
That does hit, sorry.
Sig! 9 damage. She's
Okay.
creeped out by this guy.
Okay.
And then Sig will just move slightly to give Oryx space to be able to get advantage on his turn. And you know Sig can also be big and protect Bitter. But she's like pissed right now and she wants to crush this man under her foot.
You see Bitter kind of shy back a little bit.
And Sig just glares down at him. Is like, don't fucking touch me.
Addie.
Okay. I need to start booking it soon. I am going to Sacred Flame. Wow. Minimum damage. Dex save from
Okay.
Davrick.
Yep, he makes it.
Yeah. My DC is too low. I'm gonna say, I leave his fate in your hands. And then I'm gonna start flying to the forest. Just 30 feet towards the forest.
Roll a perception check.
Oh
Uh-oh.
boy. 9.
You hear Velen sort of like
Wow,
Like,
she must have been. Oh, man.
guffaw almost.
She knows what's up.
She definitely does.
I like her.
I do too. I shouldn't, but I do.
I want to show up the next day. I'm a ranger. I don't have any of those like celestial things you're talking about.
I just shoot a bow and fly sometimes.
What I miss.
Yeah.
So you're going into the forest or
Yeah,
whatever?
I'm
Okay.
heading towards the forest. I only
Okay.
have my movement, so 30 feet. So I'm like 30 feet away from the forest line.
Oryx.
I'll move next to him. I want to try to grapple him. One, so he doesn't run. Two, so I can maybe clap a hand over his mouth and keep him from doing that spell again.
Okay,
Oh,
so I believe I need a strength check from you.
One thing, Heidi would also
Mhm.
drop the light spell, the cantrip.
Okay.
She's still luminous, but at least she's not a beacon right now.
Uh, 14.
I rolled a 19.
Okay.
So he fights off your grapple.
As a bonus action, I will, since I didn't take damage last turn, wait, hang on. I remember when this ends. I know it ends. Hang on. Does that okay? So does attempting to grapple him count as attacking him?
Yeah, it's considered a special attack.
Okay, then I don't need to use another one. So that's my turn.
Okay. What does he want to do? He really wants to do that, but he'll probably die if he fails at it.
So do it.
Do it!
That's fine by us.
Just because it's a cool ass spell. See, would he do this instead?
I mean, this is going to help me decide if I want to take Mage Slayer or Sentinel first.
How committed to his faith is he? Is the question.
True.
Yeah. So he's going to attempt. He's going to turn on Ember and attempt a Heat Thief against Ember. What's Ember's AC? This is a 16.
Oh, thank God! With Blade Song, it's 17!
Okay.
Thank the gods.
Yay, mommy!
He
I know what that is.
he shakes his head. He's so mad. Yeah. So I'll actually show the description here of what it is. There's Heat Thief.
We can't see it.
Yeah.
Oh.
To
Yeah,
GM.
Oh,
Yeah.
how come that goes to GM only? Huh,
Don't
that's
know.
weird.
By
so what
default, all characters that are made by Roll20 are
The
going to
GM?
be default to Whisper to GM.
Okay.
So you can do
so-
GM things.
Basically, he touches you and his frozen hand siphons the heat from whatever it touches. So he makes an attack against a creature. On a hit, you take 3d6 cold damage, and he gets back half of that as HP.
Mm-hmm.
And if he
Like-
regains HP more than his maximum, it becomes temporary HP.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah.
Huh. Bad!
Yeah.
This is my fluff!
Yes.
That was definitely one that I was looking
Yeah.
at.
My fluff!
So instead, because that did not work, because now that has failed him twice, what he's going to do, he is going to swing his mace at Ember instead, and then make a decision about what he does to see if he hits. No, he does not hit. So now he runs.
I'm attacking this son of a bitch.
Yep.
I wish I were close enough
Three
that I could
attacks of
too.
opportunity.
Make your attacks.
Oh, and
16.
16 hits.
So
Oh,
we
all
all
3
hit.
of them hit. Oh crap.
Hmm.
Oh boy.
Hey, wait. Pot, didn't you? Oh no, that was the turn before. Never mind.
Oh.
Oh boy.
So what's the total here? 10, 15, 17, 19, 24,
25.
25?
25.
25.
Okay.
When the wizard deals the most melee
Yeah.
damage.
That's
He-
kind of sad.
Yeah,
And
so
since he's
he-
moving, he would have taken
Garbage.
extra too.
Yeah, he goes to move and you
Oh, wait,
all
it's green.
destroy him.
Crush him.
I'm gonna run away. No.
Which would not have happened if his heat thief had worked. If I had rolled higher, just one or 2 points higher, and he would have taken HP from both of you, and he'd be almost back up to full.
That's a lot. I have shield.
Well, I'm just saying, if I had rolled
Yeah.
higher, that's what I'm saying.
And you wouldn't have gotten a lot from Sig because she's resistant to cold.
That's true.
Yeah, true. That's true. So, okay, so he falls down. By the way, all these people are like yelling and running and screaming. Ah! They're freaked the fuck out. They are
Ex-
like, we're out of here. Even the acolytes are like, oh shit, we gotta go.
Mm-hmm. I
Yeah, so
mean, he
there's
turned
really
on
only-
everyone.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
really
he-
only
he-
2
yeah.
groups that aren't.
He panicked way
Yeah.
too much.
I think
Yeah,
if he hadn't attacked the commoners, they might have been on his side.
Maybe, yeah.
He was
Yeah.
trying to show his power. He was really scared.
Uh-huh.
Well, on my turn, I
you
finished
show
flying
power.
into the forest and land.
And then hide.
Oh yeah, I guess we can.
Oh yeah, what
How
does
do I-
Callie do now that we've bonked him into submission?
How do I get rid of this? Wait, where'd it go?
Click on the...
Oh,
you
there
go.
it went. That was weird. Callie
I'm just gonna move around
is...
here and just push the Remoraz statue over on him.
You know what? I'd like to use the shape water to make it look like it.
I'll remind you all that there are a bunch of frozen commoners behind
Yeah.
you, and you're worried about the ice
No,
statues.
you know what,
yeah,
Bitter?
don't.
Bitter, as much as Bitter would have wanted to, out of spite, could I use shape water to try and defrost any of these? Or would I have to just create a bonfire nearby and help?
Yeah, like is it a
Yeah,
map?
you're gonna have to thaw them, and then you're gonna have some healing ready. Because remember, they only freeze
right.
if they go
They're
down to
still
0.
zero.
So
I thought
Yeah.
you did say they were stable though, right?
While they're in
they
the
are
ice.
stabilized, yes, but they're
still
commoners.
They're
so,
still in critical condition.
yeah,
basically.
they're in
Alright.
bad shape.
So
Alright.
I don't actually have healing. Sorry, guys.
So
So Velen Harpel walks in.
bitter, if you can make a fire, I can make it really big so we can defrost them all at once.
I would say we would probably prefer to defrost one at a time, since we're going to have to treat them. Right now, it
Well-
looks like they're not. Right now, it looks like they're not in danger of dying. But if we defrost them, they might.
Callie steps forward and says, "Wait. It is Oral's will that they are frozen. They are now preserved by her. We
It
should
isn't
leave them."
her will, it was that psycho's will. A little different.
Well, it is Oral's will that they're frozen, and is mine that they thaw.
If Oral herself wants them to be unfrozen, she will come and tell us so.
Fine, we'll leave your acolytes frozen, but we're gonna help the commoners at least. Just saying.
I don't think you should. You'll bring the wrath of Oral.
Uh,
Whether or not his actions are justified, they are now pillars of ice. They belong to her.
I fucking hate this bitch.
I'm gonna be like,
So
well,
fucked up.
you two can argue about things. I'm gonna go run and find a healer.
At least I healed Bitter before
I'm
she
gonna
said
try
all
and
that.
run
Don't
it.
touch them.
Oh,
Run and see if there's anybody that looks mildly useful and not fleeing in terror.
is Harpel actually doing anything, or just kind of?
She was waiting. She was gonna heal But
Okay.
now
Well, you
that
know what?
now that Callie is saying, "Well, don't do it," now she's just sort of standing there looking and waiting to see what's going to happen. But you don't know that she was going to heal, so
Yeah.
No, I don't. I just know that she was walking towards them.
Mm-hmm.
So
You,
I thought she was
She's
going
just
to help
standing
at
there.
some point.
Do you know how to make fires or heal? Yay, nay?
That's a good question. Can she make fire? Let me check.
I mean, she doesn't have to make fire because Bitter can handle that. He just can't heal.
She cannot make fire.
Let's. Also, Bitter is still with Armor of Agathis that lasts an hour, so he's still got fucking ice armor on him.
Sig's
So
dying for a minute.
are you going to defy her and thaw these people out?
Do you think that they'll be okay until morning if they stay as icicles? Or will they die by then?
Who are you asking?
Velen.
I think they're already dead.
Well, he got unfrosted and didn't die.
He's more, sturdy than a lot of people. Though honestly, it's gonna really look bad on the Church of Oral if they leave these poor people stuck in, pillars of ice because one of their psychos decided to do this. Like, honestly, it's gonna look bad on them if they say, hey, don't thaw these people and at least put them to proper rest.
You know what?
A sacrifice, Callie says this, a sacrifice to Oral
Has already been done.
is never a bad idea. This
These weren't
actually,
sacrifices.
this bolsters the standing of Lonelywood in Oral's eyes.
Glare at her says these weren't sacrifices. They didn't volunteer for anything. They just happened to be standing in the wrong place at the wrong time.
No sacrifice volunteers. That's why it's a sacrifice.
Bitter. I'm good telepathy to Bitter to unfrost the acolyte.
That's just mean.
Yeah, but
Oral
if the
likes
acolyte
fruit.
agrees with us,
I mean, honestly, they're probably dead. Let's be real here.
yeah, but if the acolyte is frozen and says, "Oh look, your god was just going to let you die,"
Yeah, they might be pissed at you, actually.
As much as I hate it, we're outsiders here. See if Speaker Huddle wants to do it.
All right, I'll try and go find Speaker Huddle.
Yeah.
Speaker Huddle has
your town.
They've already ushered everybody. They've like took all the people who were alive and gotten them out of the like. They're
I know.
gone.
I'm just saying, if we can find them, I'm not gonna act until we have permission.
All right.
Yeah, and like Sig isn't moving to thaw these people because she's not dumb. She's still calling out that this is bullshit.
So with Blade Song, I have a +10 to my walking speed, so I'm gonna book it to Huddle's house.
Oh god, and you're already a tabaxi.
Yeah,
because he's not fast enough.
So I have a 40-foot movement speed, and I also have the whole I can double my speed.
So Ember would understand that these people are dead. So unless you're going to thaw them and then bring them back to life,
which we can't really do,
right? So I'm just telling you what Ember would know.
Yeah,
and you understand Bitter's a little bit different. So thawing Bitter and healing him was a different sort of situation. These people are not hardy enough to withstand being a block of ice for 1 minute. Bitter was frozen for 6 seconds. They've been frozen for 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes, 5 minutes maybe, right?
And they have less than 4 health.
And I healed him.
I mean,
the healing is what melted him out. So I healed him while he was stabilized.
Yeah, like they're dead. Sig just thinks this whole bullshit of leave them here.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, Ember wouldn't necessarily go to get the speaker to try to ask the speaker if they have permit, right? Because Ember knows that even if you thaw them, they're dead.
They're dead. The only thing that Bitter would have wanted Huddle's opinion of is to how to honor them, not just to leave them there.
Like,
Mhm.
are we going to send them off onto the lake like normal, or?
Yeah, I mean, you can ask that later. I'm just saying it's,
That's fair.
I just don't want Ember to think
Mhm.
that you're going to run over there and find a way to
Save
rescue
these
these
people.
people. These people are dead. They're gone.
All right, then I'm gonna grumble and rummage through asshole's pockets to see if he's got anything on him.
Yeah. Sig is gonna look at Callie and be like, "Did you know that this guy was, loopy, and would turn on people like that?"
Of course not. Of course not.
I wanna
This
emulate
is not surprising, though. Most of the priesthood of Oral are women because we are better able to withstand the cruelty that is faced by the followers of Oral. It is not pretty, but it is so. All of the priestesses are women. Many of the men who come to the church are already weak to begin with, and they crumble under the force of Oral's will.
So you're not upset about this at all?
I'm upset that he apparently did something wrong. That he apparently did something to a woman that is horrible. I'm upset about that. He did not do that in Oral's name. That was his own choice.
All right, that's just what I wanted to make sure of.
We do not advocate unnecessary cruelty. The cruelty that is advocated by Oral is only to strengthen the endurance and perseverance of her followers. It is to make them stronger, not to make them wicked, not to make them bring horrible things onto other people. Obviously, this person did not deserve whatever he did to her. Otherwise, Oral would not have sent an avatar to punish him.
Yeah.
You
Also,
hear,
by
you
this
hear,
point,
you
Sig
hear,
shrinks.
you hear Velen go.
Yeah, and at this point is probably when Sig shrinks down.
Okay.
Because she can't control it. She can't turn it off early.
Meanwhile, Ember's just rifling through pockets trying to find shiny things.
So Ember finds a mace with a layer of thin ice on it and the six-pointed star of Oral carved into the shaft, and also a ring made of black ice, and yep, that's it.
I'm actually gonna take both of these and give them to Callie, because we don't really want to piss her off.
I take that back. You find a small book.
Well, there goes not wanting to piss Callie off.
Hey, she's getting everything with Oral symbol on it.
Yeah.
Well, the book has the Oral symbol on it.
Probably.
But you can look in
This
the
was
book
reading
first.
for to
The
make
book-
sure that there's no confession in here.
I just want to describe it to you. It is it has a blue leather cover with the symbol of Oral on the front, and it has carved into it. It says the reliance of sleet and glacier, and it has a 20 blue tinted pages. The first 5 pages contain some notes and proverbs, so to speak, about the tenets of Oral and some rituals and beliefs about her. And then also the last 15 pages have some spells in it.
It's a spell
Well-
book.
Yep. Probably has steel heat and among other things in it.
It has Ice Talon, Frost Fingers, Absorb Cold, Heat Thief, and Frost Guardians.
Can you put that somewhere?
It depends on whether you
that fast.
depends on whether you keep it or not.
Oh, I'm keeping this sucker.
That might make Callie T fellow mad. Just so you know. It's a spell book for the followers of Oral.
Do you want to convert?
That is true. If you're not going to convert.
Because that's the only way that it would actually make sense for you to have it without her smiting you, you know.
I mean, there's no villagers around. We could just kill her too.
No.
No.
Bitter is just going to kind of walk up and yank the book out of.
You could try to kill her.
That
I
would
know
not
I
be wise.
could.
That is a true statement from Ember. I'm not saying you would be
Yeah.
successful. I'm just
No.
saying.
Oh. Yoink.
You could
You'd
certainly
be
try.
alone with that.
Yeah.
I'd walk away.
No.
Maybe
Yeah.
not.
Bitter would definitely take the book and start walking. Come on. Bring these over
So
too.
so remember the thing about churches, right? This person might just be an honest priest who believes in Oral and studies Oral and not a cultist. Obviously, Davrick Fane is like some sort of,
Cultist.
batshit crazy cultist, right?
Yep.
But Callie
Did he have,
Fellow
like,
might
the-
just
Might
be a
not be.
priestess.
And
Mhm.
he can't.
My
So
God.
Anyways,
Bitter
the
will-
book
Church,
is being
that's-
given
that's-
back.
Bitter will definitely hand the book to Callie just so to make sure it gets
Yeah.
to her.
It's like it's this.
Yeah, I don't have something that's quite that size,
it's a
but it has something.
paper
Oh,
blanket. I want it.
yeah, no. That's even more the reason that Bitter is
It's
walking
a
opposite Callie.
magnetic clasp and everything.
Also, while Ember is like grabby, but Six is just gonna grab, tug very lightly on Ember's ear, being like, "No, return the book."
Oh, Ember doesn't have the book anymore.
Yeah.
Took it
I
from
know
her.
Bitter has it, but Six just emphasizing the whole "you have to return it."
Unless you want to follow Oril.
I just want all the books.
That's too bad.
Mm.
So the other thing is, remember that Speaker Huddle told you where Davrick Fane's house is. So you could go to his house and search if you wanted to.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
sure.
later thing.
Yeah, but I kind of want to get my blood circulating and maybe not
How
be
far away is
sitting
his
at 3
house?
hit points and 10 temp.
How far away is his house from here?
So
Really?
let me throw you back to the map.
Ooh,
His
that's a good question.
house.
Did
Oh,
Davrick have any oral symbols carved on his wrist like the others did, courtesy of Matt?
So on this map, his house has the big F on it. That's the Fane.
F for
Yes.
fucker. Got you.
Does he have? He has.
I mean, the F is appropriate because he dead.
Yeah, but we're not
We're not paying respect.
Nope.
no respect. So it's more like
Honestly, if that lady wasn't here, Sig would have kicked his head while still being a giant. Maybe sent it flying. Because he was a creep. Holy fuck.
Well, I was expecting you're just gonna squish him.
just crush his hands and fingers.
Again, she wanted to. She really wanted to, but the halfling lady's here, so it's like, nope. God damn it. I want to
And
cut him into little pieces right now, but I'm not going to.
you have to respect. I hate
Yeah.
playing awful characters, but you have to respect the law and the lay of the land.
And
So
you
The
actually
law of my
don't
land
play
right
that.
now is this guy's a creep and I'm going to cut him to pieces.
He has an oral, a symbol of oral tattoo on him. It's on the top of his forearm, right under his elbow. And it is in blue ink. And it glistens.
Hey, wait a minute. I still have super speed.
Listen, we're done here right now. Let's just
And
Go find Speaker Huddle, make sure all the other people are okay, and just...
no,
No.
Ember, you forget that Sig also still has your ear.
Let's just
My
get
other
out.
ear is just flattening very sadly.
Let's just get out of here. We can find Speaker Huddle, make sure those other people are okay. Like, there's nothing else we can do here for those people, even if I hate it.
I just look at Callie. Point
So
at me. Point at
Callie
her.
steps
Point at me.
down from the platform, and she goes over to the people that are frozen, and she starts doing what amounts to the last rites for them.
All right,
I'm
fine.
guessing you're all right if we leave you. Like, everyone else is gone, so you'll be alone.
Of course, I'm not in danger here.
Still gonna ask.
I'm gonna glance deliberately at the ice methods and nod.
As Sig walks by the asshole's body, she does kick him once. Creep. Let's
Okay.
head back to Speaker Huddle's place, and hopefully Audie's there. If she's not,
so-
Sig's gonna have a heart attack.
as you start as you start walking back, Velen Harpel falls in step with you and says, "That was a very interesting performance."
Glad you
What do you mean
enjoyed
by
it.
that?
Did you find
You-
chewingas?
You all did very well.
Glad
have
you
not-
liked it.
I have not found the chewingas yet, as a matter of fact. But I heard that an ancient power was awakened in this area just very recently.
Oops.
Can I
What?
just examine her attire and see if there's any little things that might be indicative?
What are you looking for?
Any marks or symbols or things that could be strange? Not like on her, but on her clothes.
You see, let's see. That is a good question. Let me find out real quick. There's probably a picture of this in here. First, roll me a perception check.
17.
Okay. There's actually a picture.
Because that whole time she was not surprised at all.
How the hell did she get here that quickly?
Yeah, that's
Probably
other
the
reason.
same reason she could tell that an ancient magic had been awakened and could
Exactly.
tell that we were acting.
She
Her. I want to know what's up with her.
Yeah, it's not like we told anyone. Like that information should not have gone
Not
anywhere.
even that. That was last fucking night.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I've got a picture of a symbol for you.
How did this asshole get here?
Hey, watch it. I like this asshole.
She's still an asshole.
Yeah, that's kind of par for the course.
I'm just gonna take a
no,
crop
I'm
of
pulling a
this.
show.
Are you doodling?
No, I'm sinking into my chair.
I'm not right now.
Yeah, you're still actually on a chair.
Yeah, I know.
It hurts to take notes.
That's why
Fuck
I
you,
don't.
carpal tunnel.
Yeah, carpal tunnel's a bitch.
Uh-huh.
This is a reminder for anyone listening to stretch and
Yes,
take
please
regular
stretch.
breaks.
And
Yeah.
talk to your doctor if it doesn't go away.
And I'm sorry for being such a potty mouth tonight.
I'm in your game. I
I'm
think
not.
you're fine.
I'm not either.
If you had an issue with cursing, you would have told me a long time ago.
Shit.
I don't, but just
Mhm.
in case. Yeah. so
Actually, I'm
we
pretty
are
sure
able
if Sam
to
wasn't
picture.
fine with it, they he wouldn't have allowed us in his game.
That is true. Welcome to Midgardia, where we don't give a damn.
And where people go, oh, I'm sorry, can I swear? No, we go, yeah. And they go, oh, thank fuck. Like every time.
Every time.
And then response, good fucking job.
Yeah, like every time we have someone new join, they have to check to make sure cursing is allowed, and then they're just so glad cursing is allowed.
That they immediately have to try it out.
Okay, so it doesn't, strangely enough, does not have a picture of this in the
Rude.
I know, totally rude, completely 100% rude. I don't understand, but I will actually add it. Just give me 2 seconds to add it.
Mhm.
Okay, and then I will do that. There it is.
Oh,
Did that show up? Oh, there it
it
is.
did.
Okay.
It absolutely did.
So that is the symbol that you see on her lapel. She was not wearing it before,
I do not
or at
recognize
least
that
you
at
did
all.
not see it before.
Yeah.
Have we seen?
And we haven't seen that type of thing anywhere else, have we? Or on
You
anyone else?
have not. No.
Mhm.
That's
But Ember and Addie can probably give me a history check.
Addie's not here.
Addie
Yeah,
ain't
it's not here, so Ember.
Oh yeah, so Addie cannot give me a history check. So Ember can give me a history check because Ember might have seen this previously.
Oh yes, Ember is very good at history checks. Very good.
Ember is not focusing on it well enough to be able to
Still
remember
lamenting the
anything
book.
about it. Yeah.
Probably
Ember's-
yowling.
Yeah.
You fucker.
Well, considering you enjoyed the show, I'm also very glad you didn't call out the show.
Why would I? That would ruin it.
True.
I'm always
Still,
up for a
thank
good
you.
performance.
Wait. How'd you get here if that happened last night?
What happened last night?
Hey, Ember, shut your yob.
I don't have a job.
Now, I just reach over and Ember's jaw up. That's your yob. Sorry, Reggae terminology. It means your big fucking mouth.
Fine, I'm going to telepathy this lady. How the hell did you get here? That was last night.
Yeah, you can actually shut up, Ember.
No, I know.
Velen sort of looks at Ember with an eyebrow raised. And telepathy's back. I have my ways.
I like this lady.
But I want to know what the ways are.
What are you talking
Perhaps,
about, Ember?
perhaps eventually you will get to the point where you can learn them yourself. Depends on how powerful you choose to be.
Squint. Does she look like she's human?
Yeah.
Ember, you don't have to keep staring at her.
So,
Bad kitty. Bap.
so tell me the story. What was this all about? I understand he did something in poor taste or something. What happened here?
Extremely poor taste.
He's a fucking
He and a
creep
group of
and was an immense creep to a woman and then got her killed.
And then the moose wanted revenge, and we were told to deal with the moose. But the moose just wanted revenge because the druid made him awakened and talking. And now there's a walking bush in the middle of nowhere.
That
A
is so
walking
disjointed.
bush. She turns back to Sig, and so
Turns away from the one giving her info, clearly.
So, did you know he was a worshipper of Oral?
No, but he made it pretty goddamn obvious the moment he opened his fucking mouth.
Gosh.
Yeah, I think Bitter spent the whole afternoon with him.
Ugh, please. I need a bath.
Yeah, no, that was something we just learned today.
Although most of the people who live in these towns seem to worship Oral in some form or another.
Yeah, but not like
You're
that.
surrounded by winter, you kind of have
Right.
to, in some way.
Some just seem to be more enthusiastic about it.
Yeah, we didn't know he was also kind of crazy.
Wait, do you also follow Oral? Are you going to smite us?
Of course not. I'm not that foolish.
Not that foolish to follow Uriel, or not that foolish to smite us?
Both.
Okay.
I'm pragmatic. There's no reason to be your enemy. I think we can serve each other's purposes quite well, actually.
You just want help finding the Chewingas, don't you?
Amongst other things, yes.
The Chewingas are part of something bigger, aren't they?
Or are they just a side
In
project?
a manner of speaking. I don't really need them anymore, so I've already found the information that I wanted that they were going to lead me to.
Does it have anything to do with the unspeakable evil they're unearthing?
The what?
Okay.
How about, elks disappearing?
She turns to Oryx and says, "Do you think that could be this person's fault as well?"
I don't know. I don't think one person has enough power to make herds of elks go missing or vanish or die, or to exert this much control over the weather for so long. But there's been signs among my people. We've seen there are signs, engraved on some of the things we hold the most sacred. They're trying to deface even what we hold dear.
So you didn't know him beforehand?
Well, now that you mention it, did have red hair. A lot of tribes, people in my tribes tend to have red hair. But did I know that one personally? No, I don't think so.
You might know his mother.
When he should. Sorry.
What?
I might know what.
You might know his mother.
Would Oryx know his mother?
You didn't recognize him, so probably not, but
Who's his
she's
mother?
trying to fish for information, right?
All right.
Who is his mother? His mother is...
Surprise, Oryx just helped kill his half-brother or something.
No.
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 Sam's evil, but not bad evil.
No, I wouldn't do that. Her name was Hedron. She had purposes of her own.
What were her purposes?
I'm not quite sure. I thought they were aligned with my own, but then I think she was corrupted by the Frostmaiden.
Getting more and more common around these parts.
Yes, I agree.
Well, where do you think you're heading next? And is there anything we might be able to help you with?
Well, I'm not sure, although this one over here made me think perhaps you are the people I want to talk to.
We meet this one.
I mean you.
Have you guys arrived at Speaker Huddles yet?
Yeah, so they're basically
Yeah, it doesn't take
standing
that
in front of the
long.
house.
I mean, I know it's a bit of a trek if you're not going through the forest, which I assume no one goes through the forest.
Why would we go through the forest?
Right? It's infested with angels.
So Speaker Huddle has all of the commoners that were at the festival in her house, and she's
Oh my
comforting
God.
she's comforting them, and they're making food for them, and the kids are all, serving them food and tea and stuff like that. So there's a lot of activity in the house at this point.
Addie has arrived, unless something
Mhm.
happened to her on the way there, but she made her way there, basically got back into her
Mhm.
normal clothing, and is
Yeah.
basically curled up under a lot of blankets near the fire with like whatever hot beverage she was given and her 2 dogs beside her.
Mhm.
Oh my God.
That's so fucking cute.
And Amber's just gonna be like, Addie, Bitter got frozen. Help!
What happened?
We need a healer. He got frozen.
He got better.
He looks fine to me.
Still covered in ice.
Frozen.
Come over here.
I'm gonna wander over.
Just one hand, just bap him on the leg. Take 9 healing.
Ooh. Thank you. So I'm at 12 health plus 10
So-
hit points.
Velen says it would probably be best for us to speak elsewhere, seeing as how all of the townsfolk are in the house.
Upstairs? Hello? I didn't know you were in town. When did you arrive?
Shortly before the wonderful performance.
The
Let's
oral
not-
thing? The festival?
Yeah, that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you missed a heck of a
Anyways,
show.
let's find a place to talk.
All right, sure.
We'll make sure you have lots of blankets.
She just like stands as a huddle of blankets and just drags them all with her.
It's a shambling
you-
mound of blankets.
Yeah, as
Yep.
you start walking, a bunch of the kids come over and try to like pick them up like they're have you like your train on your wedding gown or
That's
something.
fucking cute.
As we're going upstairs, Oris will just take Bitter's hand or Ember's hand for a minute and say, "Thanks for helping me stay calm. I've never been good in dealing with crowds."
Stampedes are scary. Pat, pat, pat.
Yeah. In that way ever since I was a kid. Literally.
Well, we have our nice small group now, and we'll get out of the house until the villagers scatter. So, besides, we have to fill Addie in on the.
We're not going out of the house. We're going to the attic. Outside is too cold.
It's fine for me.
It's
Yeah, Bitter was fine until that guy turned him into an icicle.
yeah, that was awkward.
I didn't know you could do that.
So at that point, Dollop turns to Bitter and says, "You were an icicle? What happened?" How come you had an icicle?
Doesn't he still have the armor on, like the ice armor?
He does.
Mm-hmm.
So he does still kind of look like an icicle.
You look like you're really still cold.
I'm fine. This just happens sometimes.
He had
It'll
to
go
defend
away in a little bit.
himself.
Mm-hmm.
Did you all get in a fight? Ooh, I like fights. Yeah, yeah.
What?
This precious little child.
Nothing is ever allowed to happen to these kids, just saying.
No, I will. Lawful or not, I will
wouldn't do
raise
that.
a town to the ground if these kids get hurt. Just saying.
Dimple reaches up and grabs onto Oryx's hand. And as she's walking with Oryx, she's doing this. She's putting her arm out in front of her, making this. Don't get too close. Everybody stay away.
I love
Bless her.
These
You're all
kids
mean.
are so cute.
Stay away. Keep out.
Hero coming through.
I love these kids. They're so cute.
So you get up to the attic. And the kids are sad when you turn them away and make them go back downstairs.
We just want some quiet after that, and then we'll come down and we'll tell you everything we can.
Can we pet the puppies?
Well, you might want to have to take care of the puppies while we're resting. So why don't you take care of them downstairs?
Okay! And they turn and they run down.
God.
And you hear them yell, "We have to take care of the puppies!"
Love them.
So you're now in the attic with Velen and then the 5 of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she saw through everything, Addie.
I slightly noticed. I did hear you chuckling.
And she's here because an ancient being awakened. I don't know how she got here so quickly. She says I might be able to learn though.
That's kind of an answer to how she got here. If you can learn something, it's probably magic. Therefore, she got here through magic.
I want to know how, because not all magic is the same. Sigrid.
So who do you work for that you know so much?
Well, I work for myself, but I have some associates.
Do your associates have any group name?
Do you have a symbol?
Hear me out first.
Mm-hmm.
I understand you have had some contact with a ancient Netherese wizard.
You do get around.
Pi, you were muted that whole time.
Oh my god, she knows!
Bitter is just going to calmly raise his hand and smack.
And I thought I was bad at like hiding my reactions and lying. You're just an open book.
Yeah, how do you think you got one?
I've been looking for Sonar since I've been in the Tin Towns area.
Didn't
Are
Sonar say
you
that?
a Netherese then?
Not exactly. I study them and I appreciate their abilities, and I would like to learn more.
You're looking for their city, aren't you?
It is something to look for, yes.
Why?
I need to find it before some of my other associates do.
Why?
What are they gonna do?
Well, they're going to use it for, shall we say, inappropriate ends.
Ew.
Whereas I just want to learn from it. I do not want to disturb it or raise it or anything like that.
So you know what I am, I assume.
I do now.
A sorcerer?
You kind of made it obvious.
How dumb am I? Hang on.
How long did it take for Ember to
You have
click?
to ask.
He's like, yeah. Wait.
Bitter's just gonna kind of lean across, because I'm pretty sure that I natted when I thought about it, and whisper to Ember. Think me, but the other direction.
You should know that tieflings aren't all evil because you're not a goody two-shoes. You're an idiot. Whap.
It seriously took until she did that for any of you to realize that's kind of hilarious.
No, I knew a little before.
Also, Oryx, I want to make sure you understand what she is.
She's something that can fly and glow very brightly.
I'm an Azamar.
An asshole.
It can be both.
Okay.
I was blessed by a celestial being upon birth with those powers. Azamars tend to have a guide, the celestial being that gave them the abilities you saw me use earlier. My guide sent me here.
To find
Which, by
Sinar.
extension, is why I'm stuck here.
Not
Wait,
to
you're
find
not her guide?
Sinar. My guide is a celestial, an angel of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
Not a person.
Wait. He sent you to find the dude we...
No, he sent me to find a dangerous, powerful creature or entity they said was in the midst of being uncovered in the north. And that if that entity was uncovered, it would unleash dangerous magic that would imperil the entire world. I'm here to stop that from happening.
You see, I knew we could work together, because that's what I want to stop as well.
Then I think we can collaborate.
I don't like that pose.
How do you know the thing that you're trying to stop and the thing she's trying to stop are the same thing?
The group that I am affiliated with, their entire mission is to learn about the Netherese Empire, and when they find artifacts, to activate them so that they can learn the power. I am a different sort. I believe that it is not necessary to activate them to learn about them, and in fact, activating them will only bring destruction. Because if you activate something that you don't know enough about, it will be uncontrollable. And I know that they are powerful enough that we should not attempt to just activate them to bring them back, or to bring back the power, just because we can.
I initially thought I was here to stop Arl, though it made little sense the part of uncovering. Arl has no need to be uncovered. It was just the only lead I had. But after hearing about the Netherese and the supposed flying city that I have not heard of before, I figured maybe that was what was being uncovered.
I believe that that is the goal of the Arcane Brotherhood. To uncover it and recover it.
I'm sorry, the what?
The Arcane Brotherhood. She points to the pin on her lapel.
Mhm.
We are a society of scholars and researchers who strive to learn the most arcane knowledge possible and to wield that knowledge and to use that knowledge for the betterment of all of Faerun. But unfortunately, some of the people in my association are rather zealot-like, to be honest, and they think that wielding the power is more important than learning about it. So they wish to find the city and activate it, and I don't believe that's the way to go. I believe we should find it, yes. That way we can guard against anything that might cause it to produce devastation. It is unsafe. But not knowing it, not knowing where it is, not knowing how to block it is also just as dangerous, because any time, any generation can have someone come and find it and accidentally activate it or activate it on purpose. So I'm working against that. I've already had to stop one of my associates from making a rather large mistake.
Is it only you that thinks this way?
There are some in the Brotherhood that believe as I do, but we are fewer than the rest.
If you want to protect a whole magical city from being misused, it will take more than a couple of people to preserve it.
I believe that if we find it, we can unlock a way to hide it again, so that no one else will find it either. Much in the way that the tomb that you discovered was hidden for so long.
And you didn't want me to do the ritual.
I mean, it still was a dumb thing to do. Sure, it turned out to be beneficial. It was still a dumb thing to do.
Mhm.
We were working with what little information we had, and at least it ended properly.
Wait, so you performed the ritual?
He did. He revived Sonar, and now Sonar is in charge of redoing the protections on the tomb to keep it hidden.
And he has more protectors. Thank you very much.
He has the awakened animals that were awakened by the druid sister of the person who was wronged.
I see. Well, none of that is important. I believe that Sonar can lead us to Yithrin.
He won't leave the tomb.
And he thought Ithra was right on top of him anyway.
What do you mean?
He believes the city is still floating around.
Ah,
He kept looking up in the sky, trying to find it.
I mean, if we convince him that it's not, it's possible that he can sense its energy and lead us there.
I don't think he's gonna leave that tomb.
Out of character,
Hmm.
where the hell is Neverwinter?
To the
South.
south.
Yeah, south.
Super south?
Hmm.
I mean, it's not
north,
super.
north of Waterdeep.
Yeah, it's
Yep,
just
north
beyond
of
that
Waterdeep,
mountain
but-
ridge.
South of
Okay.
Luskan still.
Yeah,
Like
it is.
It's called
Mhm.
Neverwinter
About
because
halfway between those two.
it's not
Well, yeah,
quite like
you
they never
prefer-
really get a proper winter because
Yeah.
they're far enough south of the effect of being on the like between a mountain and an ocean that they don't really have harsh winters.
For those in Canada, basically Vancouver.
Yeah,
Fuck Vancouver. They don't know what fucking winter is.
Vancouver.
Vancouver. They just wanted to put an O in there. Or a U.
It's a U.
So, this Brotherhood, the Arcane Brotherhood,
Yes.
I whip out my notes. What do they
I'm sorry.
know?
What are you writing?
What do they know about the Netherese Empire? And
You
the
know,
air?
You should start to learn to memorize things in here, in your head, not just writing them down.
That's no fun.
But
Yeah,
this
but
is why you do not proceed in your power.
hey, Amber, do you know what the problem with the book is? And Sig's just gonna go and grab it. Someone can take it away. But if it's in your head, it's a lot harder to get out. And then if they try and get it out, they'll just kill you. And then the knowledge is gone anyways.
And if you look at the book, it's just a bunch of gibberish.
Oh, Sig's not looking at it. She respects like what Ember is writing privacy wise. It's just showing that hey, a book can be taken. I'm just saying.
I'm just concerned because it's not safe to write down anything about Ithrin or the Netherese.
Yes, but how are they connected to Neverwinter? I thought you came to 10 towns for this.
Who said anything about Neverwinter?
Why are you bringing up Neverwinter now?
Why do you think they're connected?
Because you were talking about it.
No one mentioned Neverwinter. Ember.
Okay, hear me out. What do you all know about the heir of Neverwinter?
There is no heir of Neverwinter.
Not a thing.
0.
Well,
Uh-oh.
I did some digging here and there, and the jerks of Waterdeep, and I stare at Addie, seem to not like the truth because of their deals with devils. And Neverwinter has this going on as well, but the heir of Neverwinter is supposed to be connected to the Netherese as well. Somewhere out there.
How is
I thought the Netherese were dead.
Well, that's why they're an heir. They're not actually Netherese. I think. Wait, hang on. No, that's a smudge. and something.
Wait, explain this to me again. I'm not sure I follow your reasoning.
And I'm gonna inform the group of the juicy gossip going on between the incubi and possibly the beings that came from the Underdark, but also that there's a link between the heir to Neverwinter and the Netherese Empire, but that not sure if that's the actual guy in charge of Neverwinter right now. And maybe he's just a puppet, and that the real one is out there.
Duggle Neverember is just the regent.
Exactly.
But the
Ember,
throne has
What do you
been-
know about the? What do you know about Algondar and the sons there?
huh?
that their line died out.
Just like the assholes.
I'm so confused. Trying to understand Amber gives me a headache.
Are you trying to say that the Alagondar bloodline has connections to the Netherese?
I'm saying it's not as dead as you think the heir of the Neverwinter is. Also, how are there so many people in your city that make deals with devils and angels? What the hell's wrong with your town?
It's not a town, it's a city. Also, there's a lot of people, and like,
And there's something wrong with all of them!
not all of them, thank you very much. Some of them, yes, but it's mostly the higher ups.
Ember, where did you get that idea that the Alagondar bloodline isn't dead?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't give away my sources.
Ember, just
Bullshit.
tell us. Seriously.
No.
You make some fish wine.
Nope.
I'm gonna take out a piece of fish jerky.
Nope.
Then I guess he
I
just
mean,
made
he
it
doesn't
up.
wanna
Yeah, that is true. Like, if he's not willing to give us information, then it's all just in his head. None of his information is accurate, and we better make sure people realize his book's probably just all made up sources.
I'm not seeing what this has to do with what we're talking about anyway.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. Out of character, I have no idea what my sources are.
Do you want me to tell you what your sources are? I can type it into Discord. Hold
I
on.
am curious. My scribbly sources.
But okay, but we're looking for the Netherese, right?
It's all connected.
Not everything is connected.
I've connected them.
You've connected nothing.
I've connected them.
I thought we were looking for a murderer who was going from town to town.
We've been looking for a lot of things, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
At least we solved one thing for once.
And possibly the elk disappearing.
I mean, to
Did you
be
say something
fair,
about a desecrated statue or reindeer or something?
moose also, not elk.
Those.
Sorry, what did you ask?
Something about the
Hi,
desecrated
what did you ask?
desecrated
Yeah.
statue.
Yeah, so like the last one his tribe made, it was desecrated by it had oral symbols carved all over it.
And then all of the herds
And
started.
that's when the vanishing or dying out. Yeah. It's like there's a curse upon our people.
Like, this is above her pay grade.
Everything here is above your pay grade.
It is. She was just supposed to bring
you-
back a stupid goddamn noble kid.
Maddie, I think that's her way of saying she wants a raise.
I mean,
I'm
Andy,
getting a fucking raise.
I'm not
was
exactly
gonna
being
say-
bankrolled by my dad right now.
Oh, your dad? Who is your dad?
my father.
I'm just
A
watching
noble
this.
of Waterdeep.
Ah, I see. You know, if we were to find Ithrin, I think that there are enough riches in there that none of you would ever have to want for anything. You would never have to ask your father for recompense.
I don't need riches. I just want to make sure that that power isn't unleashed on the world.
Wait, if you're here because your magical little fairy told you to come here, why does your dad want you to go back? Why isn't he all, oh yay, listen to the magical fairy? Isn't that your thing?
Because
That
he
is a good
already lost
question.
my father when she followed her guardian's mission.
You mean your mother?
You mean
My
mother.
Yes, I lost my he lost my mother. So he doesn't want to lose me.
He only sent one person after you.
Well,
Oh no, I'm sure there are others.
What?
What?
Word gets around.
What word got around?
Look, a royal
like
family
you.
a royal family member doesn't go missing without a vast
what?
number of people
A what?
Sorry?
following them.
There's no royal person missing anywhere.
She's a noble.
I'm just a noble.
Sure.
So are the royalty.
Anyway, look, I think we can work together. None of this matters. What matters is that we are here now and that we have a task in front of us. If we stop this threat in the glacier, then we can restore safety to this entire region. Perhaps we'll also find a way to stop Oral from maintaining this horrible rhyme that she has. And if we do that, that will save the people of Oryx's tribe.
All right, let's do it then.
It's not quite that simple. There are other powers bringing to bear.
Are you going to tell us?
Well, I think we need to go to... DM looks at his notes. I thought I had my piece of paper right here. We need to get information first, because I'm still not exactly sure where it is. But I know that we can find what we need. In Caer Konig.
I knew it.
I knew it.
Why did you know this?
I was like, well, I was planning to go there next anyway, so that lines up perfectly.
I knew it. It's because this stupid Crystal wants me to go there.
Wait, what?
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 The what? What happened?
Wait,
I'm missing something? You have something else driving you?
Amber.
What's that?
I grab his ear.
I grab his other one.
Start talking.
Only if we get her to look in the mirror. I want to know what she sees.
The what?
The what?
That mirror doesn't belong to you.
I
Oh,
know, but it's really
he,
cool.
he means this. I'll take the mirror up, but it shows pretty nasty things to people who look at it.
Except for her. And I point to Sig.
What? Shit. I didn't look at it before, but now I'm curious.
I think everyone's curious now.
Yeah, you haven't looked at it either.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they keep going on about this mirror, honestly, but
Because it's creepy. I mean, I told you where I found the thing. Did I not tell you where I found the thing?
No.
It was literally inside the body. It was literally inside the body of a dead reindeer.
Oh.
Yeah, that's pretty creepy.
huh,
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
that's weird.
not
I definitely want
not what I was expecting to find when I skinned the thing.
So you decided to keep it?
Well, you don't want to leave it there. It's not going to decompose.
It just seemed better to keep it.
Anyways, it's the mirror's Oryx's. It's up to him.
Well, the crystal's mine.
I'm curious to know what this thing actually is.
I'm honestly more curious about the crystal that is speaking to Ember, apparently.
Honestly, yeah, same here.
I'll tell you more about the crystal once you find out what's up with the mirror.
Oryx, do you want me to look at the mirror?
If you want to. Let's say I didn't warn you.
All right.
I'll show her the mirror.
She looks in it.
Offer her the mirror.
She says, okay. She hands it back.
Can you tell what it is?
It has a... It has a simple illusion abjuration mixture on it that allows you to see your destiny.
Oh, that's encouraging.
Well, I mean,
Bitter, you still wanna look at this?
we're all destined to wither and die, aren't we?
Wait, is that what it shows?
I suppose.
What about her?
Apparently, yeah.
Oh,
That's what it showed me. Is that not what it showed you?
I.
In various states, yes. Some of us it's shown burned to death, I believe. For some reason, it shows something different with Sig here.
Yeah, she just looked happy, apparently. I just see myself really, really bruised.
Bruised?
Okay, maybe a little bit battered.
It could also be showing you either your greatest desire or your greatest fear. It might depend on who's looking at it at the time. I'm sure it's just a parlor trick.
Hey, Bitter, you want to look at it?
I really kind of do. Oryx, would you mind?
Right. Sure. And even though I don't think Oryx would have much understanding of what she's talking about as far as magic goes, can I insight check her anyway? As far as the whole greatest, as far as the greatest desire or greatest fear bit.
Who are you insight checking?
Velen.
Sure, you can do so.
Can I do that as well?
Sure. Show, are you looking at it? Because I
Oh,
will
yes,
tell
I
you
am.
what. Okay.
Oh, I thought that was my role.
Sid can't tell anything. She's just creeped out by this shit.
Like, oh yes. She's powerful wizard, so she obviously knows. Orc is like, no, I know this mirror. I know if you're telling the truth.
This just brings up so many questions, and my head can't handle it.
Maybe Sig's immortal.
We're not testing that.
Yet.
No. Ever.
On the one
Come on,
hand,
Andy, don't you want to know?
oh, yeah, on the one hand, yes. On the other hand, no.
Do it. Do it, Addie.
No. So only you can see what happens, like yourself in the mirror?
Anybody who looks at it can, apparently.
I don't think we can see each other's things, though. We haven't tested it, and...
So, Bitter, how'd it go?
How does Bitter look?
He has his camera covered so that we can't see his face.
Mm-hmm.
Bitter look here.
How convenient.
Yeah, Bitter's expression is very, very, very carefully blank at this point.
Okay, we've told...
Yeah.
You gotta share.
Yeah, I don't see myself.
What?
Is it someone you know?
Yes.
Details, please. You're being vague as fuck.
I grab one of his ears.
Seems to work
Get
with
back.
Ember.
I see a lot of ice and a lot of things frozen in ice.
But you don't see yourself?
No,
Do you see anyone?
I do. And I just hand it back to Oryx and don't explain any further.
Alright, fine. Addie? Screw it. Join in the group of we don't know what the fuck is going on.
One of us. We get our own cult going here with this.
So I have to get a picture of what Addie sees.
Oh, fuck.
And so I'm gonna have to post it in the Discord to her only. So chat amongst yourselves while I go get this picture. Addie, are you gonna look at the mirror?
Yeah, she's gonna look. She needs to know.
Man.
So while Addie is looking in the mirror, bitter, Jesus, Ember would pass along the psi crystal, or at least hand it over to Velen if she wants to take a look at it. It talks and is not very nice. And I told it I wouldn't go searching for.
You actually do not hand it over. Sorry, you don't hand it over.
What?
You do not want to hand it to her. You might take it out and show it to her.
Yeah, like
you are not handing it over to her.
This is the rock.
Why did you never tell us it was talking to you?
What? Ember, that thing was controlling that kobold.
Well, yeah, because he was stupid.
And now you're following what it says?
No. I told it no, and then it zapped my head.
And how is that better? How is that any better?
You think back to the other day when Ember goes, ow! And then half his health went missing.
I'm going to try and grab it.
My rock.
If it's doing bad things to Ember, I want it out of Ember's hands.
It wants to go to Caracading first!
You'll have to do a dexterity.
Yeah, I kind of figured. That's why I said I would try. So straight dex?
Yeah, it's an opposed dex check, so.
Oh fuck.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Oh, fuck. It's my highest stat, and I still don't feel confident.
Okay, Earl. Earl, give me luck. Ready, Pie?
Uh-huh.
3, 2, 1, roll.
Oh my god! Uh-oh.
Oh,
shiny! Okay, hold on.
I didn't expect to roll higher.
I
It's
didn't.
okay, neither did I.
I don't think any of us
No, we have a
expected that.
+2. It's not that much lower
Yeah,
than me.
no. I honestly
thought you would have a higher one is the thing.
I didn't roll that great for my stats. Fuck you!
My lowest stats are intelligence, wisdom, and charisma.
Listen, my stats go 17,
Children,
16,
children.
13, 12, 11, 10.
Hey, Earl.
Who's a good kitty? You're a good kitty.
So, Karu, I'm going to put this into
Discord.
Hey, Earl.
Hey, cat. Don't do that.
Also, it's pretty gross, so trigger warning on it, just so you.
Okay.
I want to see Karu's reaction to it.
I just want to see the gross image.
Earl is saving me from showing anything.
No, that's not fair.
She's got her comfort cat.
What the?
Okay, yeah, I gotta know. Is this something that I would have sent you?
Holy fuck, that's messed up.
Yes, probably.
I'll take that as a yes.
How's Addie doing? Also, I'm not paying attention to Addie right now because I just grabbed the crystal.
Eddie looks at it and kind of drops the mirror.
Boy, careful!
Can I try to grab it before it hits the floor?
You're muted, Sam.
Probably do that with no problem.
Okay. I'll put it away, seeing her reaction.
Apparently she got a creepy reaction.
Yeah, no, she's gone like totally pale.
Well, now you look kind of angelic. What'd you see?
Eddie is not pale skinned normally. She's more of a tan.
Yeah, but now she looks.
Now she looks pale.
So in terms of the crystal,
Sorry, Sig is impulsive.
so as soon as Sig, remember it gives off light, and as soon as Sig grabs it, the light goes out. And Ember, you really want that crystal back. like it's calling to you, take me back. You need me.
Nope. The Sig's just like, no, bad cat. This is a bad crystal. You don't wanna hold it. Nope. 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 Nope.
I'm stepping in between them.
If this thing is talking to you, it is bad. You shouldn't have it right now.
I'm definitely stepping in between them.
Are you attacking?
Luckily, both of those miss.
Oh yes, I know they both miss.
Good grief.
You need to calm down. This is a bad thing.
Bite you!
Get a
Things
hold of your-
talking to you are a bad thing.
Get a hold of yourself, as I say, as I feebly try to grapple a cat.
Good luck with that.
So
Yeah,
Ember needs to make a strength check.
You know, it's a lot easier than real life. when you're bigger than them.
Oryx grabs Ember's arms and pulls them down and locks them together.
Okay, so Sig is going to move towards our possible ally. We'll see in the long term, but current ally. It's like, can you tell what this is, and can you make Ember calm the fuck down?
Can I recognize his reaction to like what happens
Yeah.
when someone is cursed?
I'm not cursed! You're cursed, you stupid angel following little asshole!
I mean, it's pretty obvious to you that Ember attuned to a magical item and now wants it back. I mean, curse. It's hard to say whether it's actually cursed or not, or if it's just Ember being covetous
Possessive?
and possessive. Yeah,
Seems a bit extreme for
it does.
But it's Ember.
magical compulsion. Like, it doesn't matter. I can't remove curse. I was just wondering.
Yeah, too high of a level.
Yeah. So Velen, do you hand it to Velen, or you're just showing it? Like,
Well, I'm
what's your-
basically showing it / offering / if she wants to grab it, fine, but it's more of it's her choice because she can see that this is making Ember act funny.
She says, there are certain ways to imbue an intelligence into an object. And usually it does not have a good resolution.
You mean like how Ember is acting like a
Gimme!
rabid
I
kitty right
mean,
now?
Ember looks like he's acting the same way I've always ever seen him act, so I can't really say whether this is normal for him or not, personally.
It's a little more intense.
Scruffing.
His
Scruffing
hackles
him at
like
this point.
raised, just complete tail
Oh,
puff.
Yeah,
Very
I
angry
think
kitty.
you should keep that crystal far away from the cat.
Yeah, I think
But-
I'm gonna do that.
But I have a feeling that there is a compulsion there that you're going to have a hard time fighting off.
Would it wear off?
It's hard to say. I would have to do an identification ritual on it to really see what it has, what its
Give it back to me,
properties
I'll do the identification. Give it!
Would you be willing to do the identification? Oryx, how long can you hold Ember?
Wait, don't you have like stone skin, Oryx?
are.
Wait. We need to put Ember in a burrito.
Oh,
I do have a lot of blankets on me.
And we got you got one of those thunder blankets in there.
I think we're gonna try put Ember in a burrito.
Just roll him up in a blanket.
We definitely did a sketch of this.
Put him in a bunch of blankets and then tie up those blankets to keep the burrito tied up. I am sorry, Ember, but this is
I'm not.
concerning.
Yeah, maybe I'll take the crystal and I will go outside of town to my camp, and I will run some tests on this, and then I will bring it back in the morning.
See, she's gonna remember you're the assholes because you've been following that stupid angel.
I forgive you, Ember. I know you're not in your right mind.
You're never in your right mind because you don't have one.
Wow, ouch.
You're muted too.
I'm gonna give her the crystal, and then I'm gonna go help Oryx with the burrito.
I'm trying
Okay.
desperately to bite Sig.
Velen leaves right away, like goes out.
Yeah, this is bad.
Well, I guess we're gonna find out if Velen really can be trusted.
Yep.
See, maybe if Addie wasn't such a little fucking bitch, she would tell us what was in the mirror.
We haven't had time to ask her. You've been kind of loud.
And it's her business anyway.
Oh my god, burrito!
Yes. Yes.
I think you need some ropes tying up the burrito, though.
Yeah, probably.
Especially the mouth, especially around the nuzzle.
Yeah.
Whoever's gonna get some bites.
So, yeah, you're gonna have to basically watch Ember all night because he's gonna be. First of all, he's not going to get the benefit of a long rest. He's going to be one level of exhaustion in the morning.
For I am a fierce kitty.
Because he is fighting every moment possible.
Yeah, this is concerning, and I'm glad we're getting this away while he's still a low-level wizard.
It doesn't have.
Before he learns to disintegrate.
Before he learns Fireball.
I was thinking Misty Step, but yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's how Ember's gonna be tonight. And we will absolutely tie his muzzle. Sorry.
Some of us want a nap. We just have to take turns watching.
Yes.
Like instead of doing like
right.
a normal watch, we have a watch of keeping Ember
Yes.
from worming down the stairs or something.
Yes.
I could see Ember trying to go down the street.
He would freeze to death.
So let's finish this up. It's running a little late. But does Addie want to tell them what Addie saw in the mirror?
Once Loudmouth has been muzzled, so I didn't see myself. I saw a thing, a creature. Once might have been human, but filled with iron weapons, buried in his flesh, worming around a cave.
I think you went on the creepiest thing you've seen, that people have seen in a mirror.
Yes.
Anyways, I'll take the first watch on Ember tonight. Get some rest.
So from Show and Addie, I need a Constitution saving throw.
Oh,
The
fun.
DC
no.
14.
Oh no.
24.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, no!
Addie, you have nightmares all night long. You do not get the benefit of a long rest, and you
no.
now have a level of exhaustion, and all you can see is that thing writhing through tunnels.
Oh, fuck.
And every once in a while, it stops and looks at you as like it's looking at the camera, saying, "I'm gonna find you."
Oh, that's the creepy part.
Uh-huh.
I'm very glad.
Yeah, this thing is fucking disgusting. It's so nasty.
I want to know what
It's
it's
so
Stay
gross.
here.
It is nasty.
Sam, you suck. I can't say. Bitter won't say anything about it, but oh my god.
I mean, I can
Yeah,
I
I
can show
think-
everybody, but
I think
Yeah.
Oryx and Ember saw the most normal things in this mirror.
well, but I mean, the thing is, for Oryx, it's really not like it's, Oryx is a nature person. He's like, he knows there's a natural order of things, but to look in the mirror and just see decay everywhere means something is wrong. That's not
Fair
nothing.
enough. Fair enough.
I saw the most normal thing. I just look beat up all the shit.
Hey, Earl.
Yeah. So okay. So I think that'll be where we stop.
Cool.
And
Woo!
yeah.
Okay. Well, that was nuts. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Later.